with the news on. Get down.
Let me clear my throat. That's better. That's better. Somebody pass around the offering. Since I'm always preaching on tracks, you feel me? I might as well get paid for it. Sermon of the day. You right where you supposed to be, baby. Informant, that information for me. Important, you get a portion of fortune pouring. Confession, fortunately, blessings on now they snoring. You mellow, so focus on scoring. Got you underperforming. I never expect something, never assume nothing. Judging me for my past, but that's why I'm triumphant. I don't demand, I know where I stand like engineer hands. Watch how my life pans. That game plan, show out like a jotter, pop out like a cutter. Telling the kick rock, skipping the course, squares like hopscotch. This gonna be my mood to my beat drop. Putting my boogie shoes in my diddy boots, ain't no stop. I'ma make the rest of my life live. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. Gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'ma make the rest of my life live. Gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Congratulations on the celebration. I know I'm dope without a need of a validation. No congratulations on no celebration. I know I'm dope without a need of a validation. Yeah. If having hope is dangerous, call me evil Knievel. You leading on the wrong side, living with pens and needles. So lethal, made Shane Black wanna write a sequel. Cause I snuggle my dream till it's seen as illegal. And I still probably will, cause I can never give up. I got my goals calling me, how could I never pick up? Either we make up or just break up. With the snake hits, get the rake up. Yeah, selfish, I'ma take.
Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How are y'all doing? Happy March. Can you believe the year has gone by so fast and we are already here into the third month of this new year? Well, I hope the year has been good to you. So it has been gracious. We're gonna see what March will do. I just hope the snow is over, right? So welcome in one more time to Thursday night with me, your girl, Lady Dawn B, the greatest night of the week in my book. Why? Because we are one more day closer to Friday, right? That's what I'm talking about. So good evening, everyone. So glad you chose to join us on the greatest YouTube, the greatest network, the greatest show in these YouTube streets, I would say, on the Bravo with Sheila Network. And I am your Thursday night host, your favorite girl, the Lady Dawn B. And I hope that your week has been amazing. I know mine has. So as you guys come on in, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button just like this too, just like that. We appreciate it. As you come in, we have to check in by hitting that thumbs up button and then saying hello in the comment section so that we could greet you properly, because we was raised with manners. So, we want to make sure that we greet our people and that we, hold on one moment. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. I was looking for, technology starts technologying. And so sometimes we got to resend stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope your Thursday was amazing. And I look forward to us having a great conversation on tonight. March is Women's History Month. So I wanted to focus a little bit of time with the ladies. And men, you are more than welcome as always to be here to chime in. We want to hear from you. No conversation is one-sided. It's always double-fold. And actually we say there's three sides to everything, right? His side, her side, and the truth. Or their side, your side, and the truth. So we want to be able to meet in the middle and find the truth of some situations. So again, welcome to the Bravo with Sheila Network. I want to ask you all to just hit that thumbs up button when you come in. Just boop. We'd appreciate it so very much. I see my ladies are in the chat. The juggling mommy is here and she says, "Hi, beautiful. Hey, gorgeous. How are you?" And then my girl, Denitra, is in the building. She says, "Hello, everyone." We're having a little problem, I guess, with the link. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to come on over to the panel side so that we can have this amazing conversation tonight. And I hope you guys are hearing me okay. Was having a little bit of, I don't know, technology is technology in this week. I don't know what's going on. And of course, we have the greatest moderator to ever do it in these YouTube streets. She is the inmate. Kenya is in the building. She will greet you. She says, hello, Bravo with Sheila Network. Hey, Dawn B. Hey, beautiful. I'm so glad you are here. Of course, we can't do what we do without the help of you. So appreciate you always being here and sharing with us. Um, we are looking forward to having a dynamic conversation tonight. And again, y'all bear with me. You never know what is going to happen here. So let's see. They're having a little problem with the link, but hopefully they will be able to make it on in. But either way, we will continue. We will be having this conversation on tonight, right? So just want to give a few little house rules before we get into this conversation. We are not a Christian network. We come here to have dynamic conversation. That's really what we do. We come to enjoy conversing with each other, creating dialogue so that we can improve our relationships. Who doesn't want an improved relationship? It's not always just about man and woman, male, female, but there are a lot of relationships that we need to improve. How we show up in the spaces in which we engage in day by day. Our presence is important. So how we show up makes a world of difference. But here on the Bravo and Sheila Network, we are not a Christian-based network. We do have one straight across the street. I'll tell you about that later. However, a lot of those who come up on the panel and in our audience are what we call believers. So we do welcome everyone's thoughts, feelings, and opinions. We do welcome everyone's whatever your moral compass is. Okay, I see life happening now. All right, I see you, D. I see you. We do welcome everyone's thoughts, feelings, and opinions. We do welcome whatever your moral compass is. We invite you to share with us and engage in conversation. We're here to grow and to learn from one another. We are basically here. We're here to have bold conversations so we can have better relationships. If you've ever experienced the Thursday night, you already know how we get down. And if you have not, we have real conversation. We don't like to mince our words. We just like to get to it. Okay. Hey, Carolyn. Hi, sis. Thank you for joining. I'm excited to see you. Welcome in, beautiful. Welcome in. So again, we welcome you to share your thoughts, feelings, and your opinions, whatever your moral compass is. The main thing that we do have is just one major rule, which is respect. So we ask everyone to be respectful as we are engaging. We don't have to agree. It is not one voice, one sound. But what we do have to do is be respectful of everyone's experience and everyone's share. We're never here to combat. We're not here to convict nor to convince, but we are here to have open dialogue that will allow us to see things from different perspectives and help us to grow and stretch who we are, right? Because not everybody in your arena at work agrees with you, but somehow we have to find a way for us all to get along. And that's what we're here to do tonight. So with that being said, I hope that you will join in on this great conversation. As always, again, March is Women's History Month, and I am excited about it. I love everything about being a woman. And I'm sure my ladies do too. There's just a grace that comes with it. Like I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love our men, but I would not trade being a woman for anything. All right. So again, we just want to engage respectfully. And as this is Women's History Month, didn't want to have a conversation. We don't need to necessarily review history, but I believe that there are enough of us out here who are creating history, even where we are. So I invited some of the women to come in and talk with me tonight, some of my sister girls to chat it up with us on tonight and just open up our mindsets on a few things, Oh, all right. Come on, Carolyn. It's her birthday month. Happy birthday to you, beautiful. Let's turn it all the way up. No holds barred. Let's make it do what it do. Listen, I celebrate my birthday in seasons, okay? I'm not even playing with it. I'll celebrate it until I can't celebrate it no more, till the day before my next birthday, and then we start over again. But while you mentioned birthdays, I'm so glad you did. Want to take a minute to to say happy birthday to our big brother, Mr. Rockology. And today is his birthday. So we are really, really glad. And so we wish you a happy birthday from the Thursday Night Squad. Thank you, big bro. We appreciate you. Happy birthday, Carolyn. Happy birthday, big brother Rock. Y'all already know he is out celebrating, I'm sure. So, y'all won't see him tonight. But it's okay because it's ladies' night anyway. So our conversation tonight, I wanted to kick off this month talking about something that I've noticed gets misunderstood a lot of times with women, and it is our confidence. You know, sometimes we are perceived as masculine, manly, unfeminine, um, so many other derogatory things when we talk about the confidence of a woman, when women are displaying our confidence. Long gone are the days where weak and frailty of women is in the forefront. Now we are independent, we are strong, standing on our own, 10 toes down, on business, but there's two sides to that. So we're going to start off this month, Women's History Month, talking about the confidence of a woman. And before I go further, I would be remiss to pay homage to the curator of this amazing space, who is my Auntie Bravo. She is in the person of Pastor Sheila Ingram. We love her. We appreciate you, Auntie. Where would we be without you? We give you a big bravo. So I just wanted to make sure to get all that out of the way first before we dig into this conversation. So, because I see the ladies folding into the lounge, so I want to bring them up to the platform. But y'all know how we do here on Thursday nights. That's right. It's about to go down. We open up every conversation with it, and she's here, and I know that she is waiting because I know she changes her day. So what we talking about? So tonight, on this very night, you're about to hear, we swear, the best podcast of the year. That's right. This is a BB Online Award nominated show for Podcast of the Year for 2026. We are doing our thing. Okay, so again, on tonight, on this very mic, you're about to hear it. We swear the best podcast of the year. So cheerio, yell, scream, what? Bravo. Come on, give it up. Also, if you didn't know, this is the Lady Dawn B show. So I know Theo loves that so very much. I always, I told y'all for the rest of the year, that's what it's going to be. So we appreciate you. But I'm going to bring up our ladies on tonight. Of course, you know her. You love her. Maybe I'll give her a little break. So tonight we have up on this panel some of my sister girls. And I love these ladies. I love our connection. I love their mindset. I love their ideology. I love how they stand on business. I love the depths of them. And I appreciate who they are in the spaces that I have gotten to know them. So this will be one of many conversations I'm sure that we will have, but we have shared space. These are my sister girls, my TikTok fam, some of them. And listen, they are all amazing. So the first person I want to bring up, she's been on here before. I believe you've been up here before, but usually she's in the comments. She is as brilliant as they come. Okay. She don't bite her tongue, and she's going to tell you exactly how she feels about this, that, and every other thing. And I love it. Make it clear, make it plain. That's our girl, the juggling mommy, also known as Nero. Hey, sis. How are you?
Can y'all hear me?
We can.
Okay. See, that intro.
How you doing?
She said, not biting her tongue. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like me.
I'm doing good. See, it's you. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad that you are here. Yes, that is you. Because, Thea always tells me, y'all know I have a way of introducing people. She'd be like, I'm sitting here back, like, who is she talking about? I'm like, I'm talking about you. See, you never know how you will look to other people on the outside. Did you realize you're all these amazing things?
I did not, but I appreciate it. It's good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You absolutely are. You absolutely are. So I'm glad you could join us tonight. Next up, y'all know her. You love her. I say it all the time. So she should really know that when I start out this way, this is her. America has their sweetheart and the Bravo Nation has ours. She is a HR specialist, but you know what? She takes that hat off, and she's also a coach, but she also takes that off. But her wisdom does not stop when she takes the hat off. She's always dropping jewels and gems and nuggets, and I hope y'all pick them up. Her voice is par none, top tier, and the shares that she shares will share your life, change your life. if you choose to use them. That's right. That's my sis, whom I love so dearly. The Coach Theo is in the building. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Hey sis, happy Thursday. Hi juggling mommy.
Hi.
Hey, I'm good.
Happy
How are
Thursday.
you?
I'm good.
Good, good, good. Glad to see you. I hope y'all are ready for this conversation tonight. It should be good. It should be good. And next up, we have this is the first time she's on this side of the street, but it won't be the last because y'all know how I feel about people. I will kidnap you. I don't know why. Okay, I'll get back to that. But it's one way in and no way out with me. So, this is the first, but it will not be her last. She is an amazing spirit, a lovely soul, and I love how she shares her thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And so I'm glad she's here to have this conversation with us on tonight. She is Lady Denitra, the soft light. I'm gonna call her the soft life specialist. Okay, she's the specialist. All right. Hey, Denitra, welcome in. How are you?
Hey y'all. Can y'all
And
see
she's
me?
in her
Okay.
shirt.
Yay! I got my shirt on. I've had
Yes,
it
I
on
love it.
all day.
Okay.
How y'all doing?
We good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. And I saw our brother, our coach, Mr. Courageous Vulnerability in the building. I don't know where he disappeared to, but I hope he's coming back because we like to have balanced conversation here. So I'm gonna give him a little time to regroup and reset and hope he comes back because we want to hear the men. But for right now, let's get into the conversation with the ladies. So
Okay.
our topic tonight, again, is the confidence of a woman. And I thought that this was so important because a lot of times, we as women, it's sad to say, we still have a lot of competition that goes on between us, and you would think that a lot of women, we all are in the same fight and in the same struggle. We all have to fight some of the same battles in different ways and in different times and different stages. So it's crazy to me how a lot of us will tear each other down in the midst of our growth, or even when we get to a pinnacle of success, or even at a time where we are working towards that. It's like I've achieved success and my sister's angry about it. It still blows my mind because there's enough success for everyone. And what I realize is that a lot of it comes down to the fact that a lot of us as women, okay, I do see our brother Justin is back, so I'm gonna bring him up in a little bit. Hang tight, Coach Courageous, because we want the men to chime in. But a lot of times, I feel like we as women fight against, or the biggest struggle that we have, or what really rubs us wrong, is when we see another confident woman. You know, And whether we're that confident woman, and I'm sure if we're honest, we've all seen a woman maybe that's walked in with a certain type of attitude, a certain type of flow, a certain, type of vibe to her. And what's the first thing that comes up? And I'm like, now, if we take notice of a woman walking in the room, obviously she's commanding attention. She, could be extremely beautiful, well dressed, well kept, all of those things. And it rubs us kind of wrong a little bit. Am I the only one? Sometimes, have you ever experienced that? Okay, maybe it's just me. It could just be me.
I don't. I think we've all probably experienced it at some point. I'm sure there was a time in my life. I don't think I can say that it happens to me now. Now that I'm a little bit older and more mature, and in my womanhood and femininity, and I don't feel
Mhm.
threatened by other women. I really never have. But I could see, like, when I was younger, I think I probably had those feelings, like, just to see somebody put together. But it was more like, for me, in admiration, like taking bits and pieces of different women that I seen, especially growing up, because my mom didn't really raise me like that. So to see other women like that, it was just like kind of to piece how a woman should be in my mind. But it wasn't really a jealousy thing. It was more like just trying to figure out like what made that woman who she is. And so for me, I think it was a little different, but it never was like a jealousy kind of thing for me. Always like was observant to other people and different, even when I was a child, just being more observant and trying to understand people.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And I think we all also can share in that side of the coin as well. You know, and it doesn't always have to be the negative, but just the fact that you see a woman who's well put together, who's walking in here. Sometimes I know I've experienced women and I didn't know when I was that woman, you know. But I know that there were times when I have experienced that from the side of looking at a woman who is well put together, very sure of herself, and comes in the room and it catches my eye, and then I start feeling away. And it's not always necessarily at her directly, and I didn't understand that at the time. But I realized that that's not about her, that's a me thing. Because I'm starting to look at myself and see where I'm lacking. You know, how am I presenting? Am I showing? And not that I'm trying to be like her, but what did it take, like you said, for her to put herself together so well and carry herself with such a certainty and an assurance? And it was at a time when I wasn't doing that for me. So it would irritate me because I would feel like I wish I could do that, you know, and it gets to a place of feeling like wondering whether you're enough or not, you know. And I think that's where sometimes the jealousies may start to show. Jealousy doesn't always rear its head in the way that we think it does. It can be very, very subtle. Okay. Before we go further, let me bring up to the stage our little sis. You know, she is awesome and amazing in her own right. And Mr. Courageous, Coach Courageous Vulnerability has been in the building. I hope you're taking some notes, Justin, because I'm going to bring you up in a bit. I just want to get the conversation started with the ladies before we bring you in. So I need you to get your hat and your glasses because I'm pretty sure it's going to get we talking about the confidence of a woman is what we're talking about tonight, because we need to bring some understanding to it, because I think sometimes we struggle with each other, we hate on each other, we don't support each other because how confident a woman is, and we then see what we're lacking in ourselves sometimes. Not that we don't have it, but sometimes we haven't brought it to the forefront. So before we go further in the conversation, let me bring up to the stage our little sister again, who is awesome in her own right. She is Lily the Diva. I'm just a girl. Welcome in, sis. Good to see you. How you doing tonight?
My mouth hurt.
Garlic.
Okay. Well, we hope you are doing all right. So, ladies, when you heard this topic of the confidence of a woman, what was the first thing that came to your mind, if y'all don't mind sharing? This is and around that, Woodland, Theo, Denitra, well, Lily, and then Denitra.
When I heard it, my brain was like, "Ooh, someone's in stilettos. They're walking all fancy, makeup on fleek." Like, that's my version of a confidence of a woman, and that's my alter ego. That's how I am when I'm like feeling myself. Like,
Okay.
ooh, I'm like different hair color, everything. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk about why or how we feel when we're very confident, and like she was saying, like what does it take to put us together in that way. And that's all that came to my mind, though. I was very shallow thinking. I'm sorry.
No, it's not very shallow. I mean, I know I appreciate that, because you know what? That's what a lot of us think. That's the first thing that we notice is that exterior when we think about a woman who is confident. Because some things, you gotta have inner confidence to put some of the things on that we put on. You know,
and I do.
I'm saying you got to wholly believe in you to wear some of the stuff that we wear in this day and time, you know. But I'm like, hey sis, look, you feel comfortable, have at it. I'm not mad at you. Matter of fact, you be my shiro today. You know, that's for real. Theo, what was your thoughts?
You know what? I really just started processing, like what, just first of all, I always don't know the topic until I'm here. And then but
that's not my fault.
It really isn't your fault. Yeah. And then I just thought, there's so many levels to it, right? Of confidence and how we show up. And, how sometimes we hide behind the confidence. We exude confidence because we're hiding behind it sometimes. I thought about that. I just thought about the different levels of confidence, right? Like, you know, how I show up professionally is different than how I show up personally when it comes to the confident levels. I just, it just really made me think about the different levels of confidence.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for that. Come on, Denitra, what did you think about when this topic was shared?
I've missed a little bit of it, so I don't know if it was like a question after when y'all started coming in. My headphones connected, so what is
Okay. The question is, when you heard the topic, the confidence of a woman, what was the first thing that came to your mind? What did you think about this topic?
oh, okay. I was like, I didn't miss too much then. I was like, dang, I didn't hear nothing they were saying in the beginning. So when I thought about the topic, I thought about kind of what I was referencing earlier, just like what makes a woman uh, into that and having that sense of confidence and what leads up to that. Because I know that I didn't really have that the level of confidence that I have now until I was an adult. So, um, growing up, it took a lot to build that up. So, yeah, and it starts with childhood in our youth, and then into our womanhood. It takes a lot to build into that. So that's kind of what my thought process was when I was thinking about the topic, just kind of the layers and how a woman gets to that, or even to have that at all in their
Okay, I
journey to
love
get
it.
there.
Talking about being layered women, and that it comes along with the journey, which is true. Lily, when you heard of the topic, the confidence of a woman, what was the first thing that came to your mind, or what are your thoughts?
Me, because
Elaborate.
growing up, people always just like, you so conceited. And I say, I'm not conceited, I'm confident. The mirror is my best friend. So it wasn't until my adult years when they try to mentally break it out of me, but I'm confident. I know I'm pretty.
Okay, I love that. I do. For me, it was thinking about um, what it takes to be a confident woman and remain a confident woman. A lot of times we think that confidence is only external, but our external is just a reflection of how confident we feel about ourselves internally. And sometimes, y'all know I'm a word girl, so we use these words and these terms and these thoughts, and sometimes we need a refresher about them, because again, the way we show up in spaces, like Theo was saying, makes a difference sometimes of how people perceive our confidence. And even like Lily was sharing, sometimes people think we're being cocky or we're being arrogant, and a lot of that, I feel that when people take on that mindset, it's generally not about us. It's generally about them seeing you representing yourself in a way that shows their lack. The areas, it's like that light that we shine into those spaces where we need to come up a little bit, where we can do better a little bit. Misery loves company, but we've got to break out of that. And in Women's History Month, there's a lot of us. I didn't want to talk about women who have already made history, because I firmly believe that each and every woman is a woman we are making history. We are ourselves history in the making, in the fields that we're in the things that we do, how we show up, where we show up. We are doing things that others have not done before. We are standing 10 toes down on business in so many ways, and we are present time history. And that takes having a lot of confidence in yourself and being assured. So when I was looking it up, the definition of confidence says a feeling of self-assuring arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. So it brings us back to the point, kind of like Lily said, that, confidence is something that is within, something that I can't give you confidence. I can't make you confident. I can compliment you. We can compliment each other, but we have to know within ourselves. I have to be assured within myself and appreciate my own abilities. and my qualities, the things that make Dawn Dawn. I'm not juggling mommy. My mind doesn't function that way. Listen, I'm not Denitra. I can't do what she does. I'm coming to
Nobody
see
mind
her.
function
I'm
like
coming.
a juggling mommy.
I'm making a trip to Detroit though, to go see Denitra, so I can lay out on that big table she has, because I can't do that, but I can sure visit.
I'm in Portage, Michigan. I ain't in Detroit, but
Okay, I'm wherever
I'm
you are. I'm gonna make sure my tank got enough gas in it to get me wherever you are. Because
I got you.
watching as a woman, I can't do what Theo does as an HR expert. I can't do what Lily does as an artist. As a poet, I have to do what Dawn does. And a lot of times, we as women, we have that crab in a barrel mentality where we are pulling each other down. I think we're getting to a better position of supporting each other, in small groups and moments like these that we're having. Like, we are women who, what I love about this group is that we are not in competition with each other. Like, we salute each other, we celebrate each other, we honor each other. Everyone adds something different to the pot, and then it makes it like such a delicious meal, for us to have, because we don't need all of the same thing. And the fact that each one of us can be confident in ourselves in our own way is a beautiful thing. They say that comparison is the thief of joy, and a lot of us as women are missing out on the joy of being who you are, or who we are, because we are comparing ourselves to the sister who is beside us instead of celebrating. And if you're going to compare yourself to the sister beside you, take notes on what you see about her that you admire, that you can then apply that to your own life, and chat, y'all chime in as well. So I want to ask this question, and you can get further into some conversation. Um, do you ladies think, or have you experienced where your confidence has been perceived as being cocky, as being masculine, and as being competitive? Women, we've had to fight for our rights, our independence, and our voices. So the way we represent now can come off misleading sometimes, misinterpreted sometimes, confused sometimes. So how do you ladies feel about being perceived, if you have you not been perceived as cocky, masculine, or competitive because of your confidence? I'm gonna start with Denitra at the bottom. We're gonna work our way up, and then we're gonna bring Justin into this in a minute.
Yeah, I definitely, especially more recently, have been getting like a little bit of pushback as far as like the level of confidence, but it's more so within myself. Um, when it threatens other people, more so, is usually when I have a problem with it. But um, I think for me, it shows up as a little bit more masculine. Um, but it's kind of coming from a place where, like, I wasn't told, you're pretty growing up, or like, even from your parents, and just saying that and putting that into your kids. So when a man would say that, it'd be like, um, I wasn't like the little girl to be like, I know, I'm cute, I was
Mm-hmm.
not that one, but I also wasn't the little girl that, looked at that man like, oh my God, you think I'm beautiful? You know, so it was just like, like, I know that within myself, but it wasn't until I got into my adulthood where I have like that, the knowing of on it of my, on my own, and having that confidence. Like I said, it took a lot to kind of build that. So I think now it's more so people can perceive it as however, you know. I'm very like humble as far as like how my confidence comes off. So I think a lot of people like appreciate that, and they don't like, I don't get like too much negative about the way my confidence is like shown. Um, as far as I know. Like I don't know. um,
That's true.
I
No,
don't
I
know.
get it.
It's,
I
it's
get it.
it's hard for me to like still even receive compliments. I'm like I'm just now starting to think I'm cute. So like I don't know how to handle that sometimes. Like I mean, I know that I'm beautiful on the inside and out and all that good stuff, but to really have that confidence and really to believe it, I didn't have that until like recent years.
I get it. You know, it's funny because sometimes we don't really realize how much confidence we lack or lack until we're older. You know, I think of the things that I could have done, should have done, would have done. I knew I had the ability to do it, but I wasn't confident about doing it because I didn't feel that I got outside support or validation.
Yeah.
When now I realize the only person that really needed to validate me was myself. You know,
Hmm.
it kind of reminds me of like the Wizard of Oz at the end, you know, with Dorothy. She's telling her, like, you could have gone home a long time ago. Like, you know, it was in you all along, you know. So it's like now I'm clicking my heels and you can't stop me. You know, I'm clicking them till they fall off, you know. So I get it exactly where you're coming from. And I think that there are a lot of women who experience that as well. You know, not hearing those outside um, compliments or that assurance. So while you know it inside, it will affect how you express yourself, you know, to a degree at a certain point, you know, in life. Um, Lily, are you free? You want to share before? If not, then we'll come
Yes,
back.
I'm free.
Okay, go ahead, Mama.
I don't know. Um,
Well, you
I
said how
was
you were little and they perceived your confidence as conceit. You know, how did you deal with that? How did you manage that?
be more conceited.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's real.
I was like terrible. Hence the name Lily the Diva from young. It was like not until I got into like relationships, I felt like their main goal was to like break the conceitedness out of me because I'm like very high on myself. Like, have y'all seen these eyes? Like, come on. And then the smile, like, I don't know what else. Like,
I get that. I get that.
I ain't need nobody to tell me. I stayed in the mirror, and I'm being so serious. Like, anybody would tell you, like, she thinks she's so cute. No, I know, I know I'm cute.
Okay. I mean, I can understand, you know, that's your journey and that's your experience, and we can't take, you know, no one can take that away or challenge you on it. And I'm sure that there are other people, other women, other young ladies who are out there who had that same type of encounter, you know, where you are confident in you and people can't handle the level of confidence. So they see it as a challenge or they feel like you have to be broken in. Like, you know how when they break in a horse, you know, to get them to comply or trying to knock some of those chips off your shoulder, which I never understand. Why do people feel the need to do that? Like, isn't life about us building
It is.
ourselves up? You know, so why would we want to diminish someone's belief in themselves so that they stay stifled, so that they stay little? You know, we're supposed to be becoming constantly, so we should be encouraging. And I'm sure that, you know, again, I know that there are other people in chat. Y'all can chime in what your experience is like, you know, as well. Come on, Coach. Has your amazing confidence ever been perceived as cocky, masculine, or competitive?
I mean, I don't know. I think probably by family members because I was always considered the brainiac, right? That was what I was called, right? I started reading before I started school. I show up differently in certain spaces, but I think for me, I don't think of confidence in a way of how I look, right? Like I kind of think of confidence in the way the definition describes it, right? Like being confident in your abilities and how you are navigating and showing up and doing things. So, and I'm sure periods in my career, right, that I probably have, even if no one had, I didn't know it. I'm sure people were behind me, like, who she thinks she is. She thinks she's all that, right? But I also tend to be oblivious to some things, and I don't know if that's good or bad, right? Because
Me
a lot of
too.
times I'm just in my own, I'm like just in my own. I'm just going, right, and
That's
so
me.
I'm sure it has happened, and I
Mhm.
may not have been aware of it,
Yes.
but I also kind of like, as everybody was talking, I think as I've gotten older, I actually try to distinguish between confidence and identity,
Hmm.
right? Because confidence, I think, is can sometimes be temporary and also fleeting, right? It goes up and down, and you know, today you might feel confident, tomorrow you might not be feeling as confident, and I think a lot of that comes from us knowing who we are and being aware of who we are. So I think the older I get, the more I'm real focused on my identity outside of the titles and all of that other stuff, right? And that probably helps me navigate my confidence level a little more. Lily, I hope you feel better.
Yes.
Get
Yeah,
some garlic, girl. Put a peg of garlic in your mouth.
yeah, I'm sure that somebody has thought on who she thinks she is and whatever. But a lot of times I'm just moving. I'm just trying to keep moving. So I don't pay a lot of attention to it. You know.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And yeah, and I get that. Sometimes it's better for us to ignore some of the things. Like we don't have to react to everything, respond to everything, always. But it takes a lot of discipline
Mhm.
to not, to navigate that, to not respond, not clap back, to not shut it down, especially when who you are is being challenged. Like you said, it's about identity. When you know who you are confident in who you are because you know who you are,
Yeah, but I
and
think there was a
everybody
time
again
when I
cannot
probably
handle
didn't
that,
know who I was.
you
There was
know.
a time when I didn't know who I was, right? Like, and I think also growing up around a lot of male cousins, right? You can't help but be confident because you got teased and you got whatever, right? And
Yes.
so, so, so in
Yes.
order to,
It was to
You had to
survive.
just do it.
exactly, you just had to put on
It's
like
the
your
laws of the
armor, like,
jungle.
okay,
You have to
so
have tough skin.
yeah,
It's the
like,
laws of the jungle. Just
I had like I spent most of my summers with my aunt who had 8 kids. I was her ninth, and there were 5 boys. And trust me, every day was an adventure, right? Like being called bicycle eyes, being called brainiac, like
Lord.
like you know, I was a
It be
little
your own
chubby.
people.
Yeah,
all the
oh,
time.
exactly. So I think also that there probably was a time when I wasn't as confident, right? But I think also we learned how to fake it. I think
Yeah.
we definitely
We
learn how
mask
to
a
fake
lot
it,
for sure.
right?
Yep.
We learn how to be like, yeah. And a lot of times that's where the I look put together comes in, right? Because I could throw on some gear and some shoes,
Girl,
and now I'm showing up like I'm all that, but inside I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to make it. So yeah.
you said something right there. Because I know listen, I look my absolute best on my extremely worst days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when it's all put together, the face is beat and all the things fall where they should. It is typically my absolute worst day internally. Those are
Yep.
the days I just want to crawl up in the very
Mm-hmm.
upper corner of my bed, and be, I just feel like everything with me is wrong, nothing is right, and just all those things. And you're right, we do. And
And
like you said, Juggling, we mask a lot.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
what
Those are
say?
the days when you take extra care with what I'm gonna wear, right? You have like you take 3 or 4 outfits before you decide on what you're gonna put on, right? You like
I
today,
That's
know.
right?
the other day.
You know, but now I'm like, yo, whatever. I'm throwing on some sweats and some sneakers. I'm good.
Right, right. And even though sometimes, listen, even and when I'm in that mood, like I even struggle with that. Like, which pair of black leggings am I gonna wear today? They all black. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Man, I don't know.
struggling.
I'm a
Some of
little
them are
off
loose
the
in this
boat because
area. Like some of them don't feel right. Like you gotta have the
that's
perfect
where I
one
go.
or the
Right, because
perfect
this
bra.
black don't go with that black. Which black am I gonna wear with the black? You know, and then which black sneakers am I gonna wear with the black? I gotta make sure. So we
Right.
do
All
some
black,
wild
all
stuff
black.
just to so I can leave and feel confident about how I'm looking. Which girl is black? You wear black every day. Like, just go on, brush your hair, slick it down, and get out the door. You know. Now, what
Right.
you say, Jacqueline? You said you're a little different. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. Welcome in. Oh, the voice of God is in the building. Y'all know that's what
Yes.
I
Hey,
call. Hey,
brother man.
Hey,
welcome
brother.
in. You know, you can come on this side of the platform. You know that Justin's gonna come up and talk to us from the male side in a minute. So well,
Yeah,
I know how
Justin's
to
gonna
do
come
it
up
with
and
you.
flatten all of us. He gonna flatten all of us with
And
that.
then here is our girl, Teletasha's in the building. Hey, beautiful sis. Listen, we working something out because y'all got to Teletasha's gonna be on here too. We gonna work it out. We gonna I'll tell you about that later. We gonna work it out. She gonna be on here because my sister's got to talk this month. We are women making history, so we gonna have to talk and help other women understand how we do this thing in real life and present time. So I'm sorry, juggling. Go ahead, share. You were saying you're a little different. You're a little different. I like different.
Yeah, I guess I was different forever. I relate to a lot of what y'all said, especially what Coach Thea was saying about being raised with males. Because I was raised with my uncles, four of
Okay.
them. So I was raised with four uncles and my brother, my grandma, and then my mom. So it was just us three women in the house. And I was closer to my uncles because we were closer in age. So I was always trying to play with them. So I had to learn how to play with boys because they don't want you being all girly and soft and
Yeah,
coming. Who am I going to play dolls with and all of that? That wasn't a thing. So of course I had to adapt. And
yeah,
I actually like doing what they were doing, climbing the trees, chasing up and down the street. I wanted to do what they're doing to the fact where when my female cousins came by and they're doing all the girly stuff and the nails, and I'm like, yeah, nah, that looks like a lot of work, and I'm not really, I'm not really with that. So no.
You said
So
no, thank you.
that wasn't for me. My dad really tried to push me to be a tomboy, and between that and being raised with my uncles, I was 1,000% a tomboy, and I loved it because I got to play with the boys. I wasn't being judged with them, you know. As long as I'm doing what I'm doing, it's a good time. So I appreciate that.
yeah,
Also, being raised in a culture where you're teased and mocked, and you had to just suck it up, and I didn't have the time to be softer and care what people think, which
yeah.
really, I don't know, that I guess that made me conceited. I've never been called that to my face, maybe behind my back. And if you do say that, I don't care. That's something, that's a different part of me. Like,
You think
I never cared what people think. I still don't. Like, say what you're saying, I'm gonna roll my eyes and carry on with my life. Like, I'm not losing no sleep over your opinion.
that's
So
Right.
confidence. See what I'm saying? That's confidence.
that's confidence. And that to me, I was a double threat because to women, because I don't care about opinions, then what they say don't matter, then that's a problem with them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I was always friends with boys, and they would always think that it's more than
Yeah.
that. I'm like, I really don't like these boys like that. So they always thought I was lying and blah, blah, blah. But again, I don't care. Now, with the men, I've been called too masculine because I was raised with men. So, of course, I'm too this, I'm too that. It's too
Mm-hmm.
loud, I'm too aggressive, I'm too this. It's always I'm too something. But I was raised not to care. So, whatever. Um, Now in my adulthood, I've been called too opinionated, stubborn, blah blah blah. So I guess I'll fit all the boxes.
But you know what's so good
But I
about growing
don't
up
care.
with but what's so good about growing up with a bunch of men is like juggling mommy said, like they build your confidence, right?
Yes.
But the other things that my cousins did also was they breathed into me like you're beautiful. Like my cousins, if I call one of my cousins, they'll answer on the phone, hey beautiful. how you doing, right? So they really do kind of help instill if you have the right cousins, because they ain't all like that.
Right. I was just
But
thinking about my cousins. I was like,
I
Denisha,
was
like,
blessed to
sorry.
have some really, I was blessed to have some really good male cousins in my life who, they help, I think, build my confidence. Like Juggling Mommy said, like they made you like your skin was like whatever.
Yup. So y'all take it up with my uncles
yeah.
because I don't care.
So then you embrace like that part of it, just being a confident person. But like when you start growing into your femininity and into your womanhood, like that's a different kind of confidence, because
That's when
then even when you start like worrying about your appearance more so. So when I was like, I guess middle school is like when we start kind of caring about how we look to the opposite sex, and then, or start liking boys whenever. I guess it's sooner now, but back then it was like middle school going into high school for me. Is when I started putting more effort into how I looked, and like that made me more confident, because once you start getting the attention of other people, but it's not, I don't know. You just have a different level of confidence, because now I got to be confident in how I have my hair, and that's a whole
I was
nother
gonna
thing
say that's
for
when you
us
start
as
caring
women.
about
We
your
ain't even
hair.
started talking about hair, our
That's
hair,
when you
our
start going,
skin.
yep, all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I see like a lot of teenagers now, like they're concerned about how their appearance and their skin. And
Yep.
that's where I come in, what my job is. But, I'm just thinking back about when we start worried about how confident we are. And for me, that I think it started like in middle school when I started worried, trying to gain that confidence to figure out what, what it is to be cute. Like, I don't know. But
Especially if you went to a school where you
the
didn't have to wear a
hair,
uniform, right? Did you
I
go
went
to a
to a
school?
uniform school.
Did you no? But like that's what I'm saying. Though.
I
You
had
went
to
to
wear
like, did
like
you go to a
shirts.
school where you had to wear a uniform?
Yeah,
We had to
I
wear
was
like
born Jamaican.
a shirt. Yeah.
See,
And
I went to
then
like
after
public
that,
school. I didn't have to wear a uniform, so that's
Yeah.
where like what you're saying, so Denitra, is when you really start thinking about what you're wearing. Because going to school, you got a uniform, everybody's wearing the same thing. But if you're
yeah.
not,
Kinda.
then
And I seen that growing up, like with the schools, and even if you're wearing uniforms, like they do that to kind of
yeah,
sometimes with bullying, and everybody's all in uniform in some charter schools. But that's how like my school explained it, because it came from different. It wasn't one area, so it's like rich people and poor people. Everybody is going to this free public charter school, so we all have uniforms. But it's
yeah.
still some kids that don't have that confidence level, because their hair is not combed, they're not groomed well, their uniforms are dirty, they don't have the proper shoes and everything. So it doesn't really matter. Like, we're all wearing the same thing, but you can still have a low level of confidence based on your care, either at home, your upbringing, or your status, either financially or your level of care that you're getting at home. As
Hmm.
a kid, you don't have no job. You
I
don't,
like.
you're not buying your uniform. Just like in middle school, you can kind of convince your parents to get you better stuff, and you start taking care of it because you want to see how you look. Elementary school, like these kids don't care. They got runny noses, not like they don't care.
Yeah.
you know, they
But
they're
that's
they're
where
confident, but
stereotyping.
not.
I think
It's a
that's where
different level of confidence, like going in when you're transitioning in from your youth into adulthood into womanhood and everything. So I'm just talking about the stages, like even just the hair is a whole thing alone, because things that we get bullied by, when we start these are things that affect our confidence. Like for me, that was a big thing. Like I had issues with like my hair, because my mom didn't comb my hair. Like she didn't know how to comb hair. Like we had to get braids or stuff, so people
Yes.
were bullied. Like that was a huge hit to my confidence
yeah.
from the start. So I think that those things kind of shape us, and having the right people around us that are influential and they can help mold our confidence. So having your uncles, or like, I know if I wear this, my cousin's gonna crack on me, so I gotta look right, or they keep you in line. But some people don't have that, or those level of support even from their own parents. So it's just like,
That's a good point.
hey,
That's
everybody
a
got
really
their own
good
way
point.
on how they get molded into their level of confidence, because some
So
people
let me
still
pause
don't have
for
that.
one second. I'm sorry, Denisha.
Oh no,
I
you're
just want
good.
to
You good.
1 second to read some comments. I love everything that you said, and I want to tap into that. And I know Jalen has something to say, but I welcome in everybody. Y'all know what night it is. It's Thursday night with who your favorite girl, Lady Dawn B, right here, and we got the ladies because it is Women's History Month, and we not reviewing history, we making history. That's why we up here. We want to sit up here and talk about some women who are making some history and help some other women make some history by being a confident woman and talking about some of the challenges that we have in being that, what affects our confidence. Why are we like this? Who do we need to be around? How do we fix it? Because there's enough win and there's enough success for every single person. So if you have not hit that thumbs up button, I'm going to ask you to touch it just real gentle like that. We love it. It's free 99 for you, but it means everything to us as it pushes our conversation further out. And we love super chats. Do not be ashamed nor afraid. We accept it all. Okay. And for those of you who are up in the silent sections who don't want to come down and say hello to us, we want to invite you. There's security here. You are safe. We promise. Just come and say hi. We just want to greet you. We just want to talk. That's all. So I want to see what's going on in the chat, and then we're going to continue in this conversation. I love it. See, I love my girls. Y'all, this month is about to be fire. Okay. I don't know about now. Y'all, we ain't gonna be the same by the time March is over, okay? We're gonna have a whole lot of great attitude, but there's gonna be some attitude going on. If you hear us cheering loud, okay, don't be surprised. We are women who are making a new noise, all right? Yes. It's called cheering for each other and being confident in who we are. Teletosh says some people try to dim your light because they're intimidated by your confidence, strength, blessings, etc. And that's absolutely true. And again, I don't know how that operates with men, and we're gonna have Justin share in a bit. Moose, you listen, I know you said you love hearing the women speak, but we love when the voice of God comes and shares too. But that is so true. And ladies, we have to stop feeding into that. When people are trying to dim your light, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to roll with it. Why do we allow that voice to be greater than the voice within us? Why do we allow people to snatch and steal our confidence? Just because you said, well, who said you have good taste? Everybody does.
Right.
Say that again, please.
Who said you got, y'all already know. Who said you have, and who made you the expert on me? Again, you are struggling with you. You're struggling with the fact that you have not overcome what I've overcome yet. But instead of being envious of my journey, ask me how I did it. We got to humble ourselves to like, sis, how did you do that? Listen, if you see a sister that's making you feel some kind of way, you better sit beside her and hope some of what she got rubs off on you so that you can be walking in the way she's walking and be that woman that walks in that way. When you are with a group of women, I don't even know I'm going this way, but when you are with a group of women who are sure of who they are, do you understand the power that's in that room? And no one competes with it. Competition is not a welcome visitor in that environment. It doesn't even feel right. You will feel so off and awkward trying to talk about somebody else in those spaces. People are like, girl, what are you talking about? That girl minding her business. She's looking good. Go ahead. Girl. I love how you know what I'm saying? We have to have more of those conversations instead of more of the sidebar conversations that we commiserate and tearing each other down. Be the one who's confident enough to say, sis, we ain't doing that. We're not. I don't need another women's retreat. I don't need another women's meeting. If we're not talking about growing, adding to, supporting, networking, then says I can't be a part of that. I need to leave because our time is precious, and I need to leave your company having gotten something that's going to help push me, even if it's just from sitting in your presence. So stop listening to people trying to dim your light. Listen, my name is Dawn. And for the longest time when I was a kid, I couldn't stand my name. I didn't like it. Because you get teased and I've always been like really joyful, happy, whatever, And my mom was in the comments. She used to tell me, take my stinking joy out of here when I wake up in the morning because I was just like really happy. Yeah. Like, who does that? Who does that? Yeah, she did, But people will try to dim your light in ways that you would never imagine it happening. And I think it stifles us because we are so hurt and offended, especially when it comes from, it's always an inside job. It's the
Yep.
inside job from the people who are called your own people. Um, and if you, it's the mindset that if they feel this way about me, who can I go to help me when someone else is feeling that way about me? You know, this is supposed to be the safe place for me. You know, and sometimes we are not the safest place for each other in building up each other's confidence and adding strength, you know, and we have to be mindful. So whoever it is, but when I learned the meaning of my name, I understood why I am somewhat the way, well, some of the things, because I'm reformed, you know, y'all know and I'm reforming from movies, you know. I'm doing good, Theo. I'm doing good. But I realized that because of the brightness that comes with, you know, who I am or who we are, like Teletosh says, it intimidates other people. And that's never my intention. But I can't step lightly into a room just because you can't handle it. Like, put some shades on or close your eyes.
I mean, but also it's like sometimes you gotta think about the room you're stepping into and be like, maybe I gotta go into this other door over here.
That part, though.
You know,
That's true.
Sometimes you try to hold on to people and relationships and situationships that we gotta let go of, because everybody can't go where you're going, right? And that's where it comes to, because when people are not able to embrace the growth in you, they will try to do something to hold you back, right? And they try to sabotage you, and they'll try to make you feel like Teletosh said, they'll try to be like, you know what, I love you, but I'm gonna love you from afar.
Yep.
Right?
I'm like, I love you, but I love me more. How about that?
Yes.
I don't care where you can love yourself from afar, from up close, from under the bench. It don't matter. I'm still gonna love you more. Period. That's just where I'm at. You know, I'm a woman unloosed. You know, I'm a woman unchained right now. So
Unfiltered.
you know. Welcome in. Listen, y'all. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to the Bravo Show Network, because my sis, Dr. Elaine, she is in the building. Says good evening, everyone. She is the host of Monday Nights Beyond the Mic at 7 p.m. right here, and I have the pleasure of co-hosting with her, and she is awesome and amazing. She says, good evening, everyone. Good to see you, sis. We talking about the confidence of a woman. Then we have, y'all know her and you love her, and you better if you don't, because that's my mama. That's my mama. Hi, Mom. Thank you for tuning in. It's good to see you. I was telling the people on you, I told them how you told me to take my stinking joy someplace else because you didn't want to see it every morning. It would literally be, and let me tell the whole truth if I'm telling y'all. I'm not totally mad at her because I was a grown woman at this time too. I was grown. And from the time my eyes opened, it would be like just happy.
Singing.
Yep, from the minute, and then just all day long. And don't let me see you not happy, because I'd be ready to come over there and shake some joy into you. Like I would. She'd be like, would you get out my house and go to work? Like, get out of here and take your stinking joy with you. Keep it in your room because you're too much. I'd be like, okay, and come right back. So see, Mommy, I told, but I still don't think you should have told. You should have never said that my joy was stinking. I don't think it was stinking.
Oh, you
I think
got
it was
stinking joy. That don't even go right.
Again, it be your own people. Whose mother tells them that? Who does that? Mine. So
what time in the morning was it? Like, did she have her coffee yet?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Joy has there's no time frame for joy. First of all, my name is Dawn. Okay, so guess what? I tell people,
though,
you cannot start your day without me. I am a day starter. Okay, I understand that's what I'm here to do. I am here to break night. That's what Dawn does, doesn't it? Am I wrong?
Yeah, you work.
Is that right? It breaks into the day.
Dawn. There's like songs about you.
Break the dawn.
She named me.
Justin
So
Timberlake
I
singing on.
know never the room with you on vacation because although I'm up and I need quiet first thing in the morning,
Well,
I
okay.
never.
Well, now, I'm gonna be honest. At this ripe old age, okay, at this big old age, I'm not exactly as joyful. It depends on which
You
day.
don't use it all.
In my mind, I am. I'm more like I'll catch you about 10
Probably.
o'clock. Like I get to work at 9 o'clock, but I tell them I am not. I am not conscious in my mind till 10 o'clock. Like, please don't talk to me at 9:02 because I don't know who I haven't decided who I'm gonna be yet. So you got some time to work with. But it may be a day where I wake up at 4:45 and be like, Theo, you're gonna be my roommate. We gonna have a sweet. It's just you're gonna have a good time. I promise. You love me. You love me. Moose says, love to hear amazing women speak. Listen, we got the women up here on tonight for sure, for sure. And I am loving it in our great conversation about the confidence of a woman. Y'all know how we do on Thursday nights. You already know how we get down. Moose says, as men, we uplift the women in our lives. Oh, you should. That should be a thing. You should. See, okay, I'm trying not to.
Yeah, she forgot.
Sometimes
She
y'all
forgot
do.
to put the should in there.
Right. Sometimes they do.
Because then
You
I
forgot
want to
to put
say, I want to
should.
say, I don't want to start, but I also want to say, like, okay, so how y'all
Tell
and
them
what
they don't
y'all
always do
uplifting us
that.
in? Because
It's just the
sometimes,
truth. Mm-hmm.
sometimes
Sometimes they be calling
that
you a feminist
uplifting,
just to make you annoyed. They be ugh.
that uplifting can be real questionable. It can be really suspect sometimes. But but we're gonna let you have it, Moose. We're gonna let you have it. He says it's very important, even if we don't know something, that we seek help. We have to normalize it's okay to ask for help. And that's true, we do. But women, when we become confident, sometimes we don't ask for help
Nope.
because it's like I don't need help. And I think men have to understand this with a confident woman. And this is why I do want our men to chime in, is that because I don't need your help doesn't mean I don't need you. You know, because men
Oh
look at a
Lord.
confident woman and feel like, because I thought about this and I've had this conversation and it's been said to me, it's like, well, you don't act like you need anything. Like you act like you got it all together. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Is it so I'm supposed to look raggedy
Oh,
and homeless,
a
like
damsel.
a damsel in distress? I thought a man would love a woman who's well put together. Yeah, a whole damsel. You know, like I'm just brony rescuing from the tower.
Mm.
Like
You
Moose
know,
said,
Battle
give
those
us
days are
problem.
gone.
Yes, ask them what does it need to be needed, you know, because
y'all
there's
don't
women
went
out there with
left
a
on the
hot
comment.
mess, just lost,
Right.
just need them to save you kind of
Okay,
thing.
let's
Not you too much. You
It's
too
like when the
independent.
confidence threatens y'all is the problem. You know.
Mm-hmm.
right. Like I don't need you in that way. But how about you let me show you how and where I do need you? Might like the other ways I need you a whole lot more than the ways you think you want to be needed. Let me teach you something. Wait, it's not 8:30, so I
I
can't
was
go
about to
there.
say that might be an 8:30.
Right.
Right?
It's okay. We can
Dark.
cross
That's
that.
fine.
It's
Y'all know you know I need adult supervision because I'll tap left in a minute. You know I will.
I was like, we don't went left.
Okay, thank you for bringing me back. See, I'm just trying to tell
no, it needs to be said though, because it's a true thing. I was literally having that conversation this week. Like, why do we gotta need y'all in that way for y'all to want to, be with
Yeah.
us? Like, I'm not gonna be a hot damsel in distress for you. I'm sorry.
But I think that's part of a man's nature is so when we talk about men being protectors and providers for us, I think that comes to them under their bucket of how you show up as a man in a woman's life. So this is where we have the challenge of, I got the door, let me open the door for you. I can open the door for myself. Let me open the door for you. I can open it for myself. I don't need you to open the door. I do need you to carry the bags though. Like anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like I got the door, but can you get the bags?
Yeah.
But in being a man, it's let me do, and they feel like we don't let them do because we're confident. Like that, I know what
And
I
if
can
you don't let them open the door, then they
Yeah.
don't want to carry the bags because you
do, right,
got
because
it.
they got an attitude. Because I wouldn't let you do the first thing. It's like
Right.
fine. So then I'm gonna get in the car, back in the car with an attitude. I'm gonna close the door. I'm gonna lock it. Now, since you want to do, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. Yeah, let's do the whole dang on thing. So I'm gonna lock the door. I'm gonna close. I'm sit there with an attitude. I'm gonna wait till you go back to your side to unlock the door, then come back to my side and open the door. Just because you said you wanted to. So now I'm letting you out. You feel better now? See
Then
this?
you being too much.
Well, I'm
Like
gonna
that
let you.
would
I'm gonna let you open the door. I'm gonna let you take my car to get it
that would
washed.
be stupid.
We know. We got to listen. Theo, whoever would like to date Theo, whoever is looking to be her partner of a lifetime, sir, we have a stipend for you for car washes because we want to help invest. We want to help keep your relationship strong. She is going to need her car wash, and
No,
she's
the
not
men
going
do
to do
that.
it.
They do that. The brother said that's the man's job. Fill
Exactly.
up your
Yeah.
gas, take your. They
Yeah.
said that. So
I'm just saying. I just wanted to make it known for those who made you. If you interested, bro, you better
My
get
notepad.
you a membership to the car wash,
girl, yep, they
or
got the
stay,
car.
They
They got
they
the
can get a
car, the
membership to the
gas,
car
the
wash, or they
water,
can
the
wash it
grocery.
or
themselves.
stand outside with your tank top and your tight shorts on. You know.
They got it.
Gucci
I'm
daddy
sorry.
shorts ready.
That was 8:30. That was 8:30. All right, I'm gonna get back to the comments because I'm already left. Moose said, "That's right. Basking each other instead of competing. That's right. That's what we're supposed to do. We are supposed to celebrate each other. When I see my sisters doing amazing things, and I'm gonna tell you something in a second. Dr. Lane says celebrate other people's success, right? And that's how you should. Moose says you the first light. Love, come talk to me nice. Y'all see how I hold? You know, put me in my soft girl space, Moose. Careful now. I'm sensitive. Watch,
Well,
I am the.
Dawn. You the light.
You better know it. The people better know it. Look, the best and worst thing that could have ever happened was that I came to the understanding of how to connect with my name and its meaning. And then I found out that additionally, the meaning of Dawn is hope. I was like, oh,
Ooh.
well, that makes it makes my whole life make sense right now. The pieces I didn't even understand. Um, my girl, my sis Carolyn says, that's right. Moose says, and let them know, Tosh, we building a better community together. That's right. Oh, look at that. Hold on. Moose done sent a super chat. Thank you, Moose. Oh, he's sent
Yeah.
two super chats. Yeah, we pause for super chats. We love them. Thank you, Moose. We love it. We love it. We love it. Teletosh says, yes, Moose, we are all about love and celebrating each other here. What's for you will always be for you. See, this is why I tell Tosh, because I'm telling y'all, we working something out to get her up because this right here, I needed her to say with her whole chest and part of her back. Okay? In her Teletosh way. So what's for you will always be for you. No man can shut a door God already has opened. Mind your voice. Mind your voice. Yeah, Teletosh. I'm reformed. This version of me that y'all get is it's the reform version.
Someday.
Still reforming. So you can.
I was gonna say someday.
So you can only imagine what else has happened before. So just come on, sis. Look, I don't make me people. Come on. Lily says sometimes. She said because that Justin. Listen, I hate.
I already know what she's talking about.
Look, I'm not even going there. Teletosh says, yes, when you elevate, few people can go where God is taking you. And that is the mommy. Teletosh says hi. And don't tell her, don't say stinking joy to see people, y'all see how wounded I am? See the stinking joy? Y'all don't tell mommy fix her verbiage. Moose says, just because y'all don't receive it don't mean it ain't uplifted. But what is it lifting then? I got questions. Y'all know for this year, I got questions. I
What
just
does
saying
affect a
that
woman's confidence? Like your partner, like you guys, or the men that's in these women's lives, like that is a huge part of the confidence too, is when you're not getting validation of your own confidence from your partner. Like you can at least validate the person's confidence and not let it be a threat to you.
Yep.
So like if it's not a threat to you, you should be able to embrace their confidence and make them feel more confident, if anything. Or if they're not confident in certain areas, that's your job to be able to uplift them.
I mean, I'm
I
sure
mean,
gonna pat you on your back. I'm be the number one cheerleader. You're gonna leave feeling like
Yeah.
you Superman, the hero, and the king every day and every night. Absolutely. Yep. You are him. Period. I don't care. It's so much so that you won't even hear what anybody else has to say. Like it'll run off your back like water off a duck. Now Moose, see, now he just said that you saying you don't need me. We not saying that. That's not what we saying. That's not what we said. Nobody said that. Nobody said we don't need you. I just may not need you to open the door at that moment. He said, but why it got to be all that ready? All that
it makes her
I was
feel more
like, yeah,
confident to
y'all
be able
went,
to open up the
I was
door.
like,
I don't know.
y'all went left. I was like, oh my God.
we already these comments. Okay, we gonna get through the rest of it, and we gonna get back to this conversation because I love this. We done started something. You're welcome, y'all. Carolyn said, "Come on, sit. Look, I'm just saying. I'm saying. I said what I said, and I said it. Moose said, I ain't scared of confidence. Okay, look, we'll teach some of these other men folk, if possible. Listen, confidence in a woman can be a hard pill to swallow for some men. It really can.
Mm-hmm.
Because then y'all take it as a challenge. It can be, I don't want to generalize. Some take it as a challenge.
Some
Yes.
are intimidated by it.
Right. Some take it as intimidation. Some take it as masculine. Some take it as it's constantly competitive. It's like, why do you feel threatened by the confidence that a woman is showing? And I think for me, it always comes back to it. The confidence in someone is going to show the lack in you. That very thing that irritates you about them is something that you wish that you had or wish that you developed your undeveloped potential. That's why you're irritated, because it's like, well, how did they get to be this way? And why did they get to? If we're really honest with ourselves. And that's why the confidence of someone else, because they're doing something that you have not yet figured out how to do.
Or don't want to do it. You don't want to work on it. So
And
instead of
God
stepping up,
forbid,
you're tearing down.
because misery loves company. We can't all remain undeveloped like that. That don't come together. Lily says, "Come on now." Moose said, like Neo said, "I love because she got her own." Okay. Look, I was in all.
Independence and confidence are different things, and then you have that has that codependence, and then you start leaning on your partner for that confidence or to validate that, and that's what we're trying to get out of, and not confusing like independence. Like sometimes that makes people more confident, but not to say that people don't need a man just because you have to be independent, or that's just what you are naturally, or that's what you project onto the opposite sex. So they do get intimidated by that. They don't know how to embrace that if they don't even have it within themselves. And oftentimes, if you are intimidated or threatened by somebody else's confidence, or even their independence, or that they don't need you, then it's probably some inner work that you need to do on yourself and your own confidence, because that could present itself as later on in the relationship it's not supportive, and it becomes where you start getting jealous of your partner, and that's kind of what happened in my situation. So it's important to, like, I want to know that my partner is notices the same confidence that I see in myself. So if they can't see that and they're threatened by that, then that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I
And so
agree.
I don't want them to be threatened by independence, because I'm trying to be interdependent, not codependent, and not just independent on my own. Like I'm trying to, be dependent where I need to be dependent, and have that balance. If you are in a relationship with somebody, but until then, I have to be confident in doing things on my own. because I had to work on getting to that level of confidence by believing in myself and doing things, on my own. So, nobody can kind of take that away. The only thing you can do at this point now is either enhance my confidence and complement it, or continue to have that grow within that person. And same thing, and have that mirror onto the partner that you're with, or anybody that's in your energy. So it could be in relationships, friendships, and in romantic relationships, whatever. But people are going to be threatened by that, no matter what, if it's the opposite sex or if it's female on female. And I see a lot of that within business right now. And I live in a small town, and it's a lot of females that do the same thing that I do. But I don't get threatened by it. Everybody does their own thing. And there's no comparison. You can't compete when there's no comparison, right? And I have to keep saying that to myself. There ain't no competition. Y'all don't compare to me. Nobody is like me. Nobody does business the way that I do it. I'm not threatened by anybody because nobody's doing it the same way. And the people that are doing it at a different level that I admire, that's doing something different or excelling in a certain area that I want to, I'm trying to be around them. I'm trying to learn how'd y'all get to where, so going back to like observing other women and back to seeing how, they gain that confidence. And it could be applied in all aspects of your life, like whether it's in business, relationships, or friendships. So it's just like having that inner confidence is going to go a long way in every aspect of your life. So,
I love the point you made about interdependence, because that's where partnership comes in, and you would want, and I agree with that. Like you should want, I can't tell anybody what you should want. I think it would behoove us to want to be interdependent, where we are combining our independence so that the weight is not just on a man or on another person. Let's share in the work, because that's the partnership that people say that they want, but then you get upset or feel threatened because I'm standing strong 10 toes down, not needing help in a particular area, but that doesn't mean I don't need you. And I think for me, that's one of the main point that I would want the men to take away from on tonight in dealing with a confident woman or women in our confidence, because it continues to grow, is that just because we don't need you to do one task does not mean we don't need you. So I'm going to get through these comments, and then I'm going to pull Justin up, and then we're going to continue this conversation. Moo says, I love that you can do it all for yourself. And that's right on time. He also says, let me do it for you now so you can relax. Sir, I done told you, watch how you talk to me. Okay? I'm just saying, look, y'all talk to me now.
And a good point is we don't always want to. That's the problem. We don't want to have to do a lot of these things. So a lot of the things that we have to be independent, and we've gained that confidence because we are good at it, or we've excelled in those areas, whether it's taking care of your kids or whether it's, excelling in your career. Having a sense of independence can give you that confidence. So it's nice to have, but we also want to be soft sometimes and let that guard down, let those things down that we don't want to carry all the time. So I'm glad that y'all do want to take that burden and open up doors and all that thing, but that don't have nothing to do with my confidence. So, I mean, that's just a whole independent thing, but that's just me. But it is nice to have a partner that can, take that weight off of you sometimes, because I don't always want to have to feel, in the times that I'm not confident. Like, that's when I need my partner. That's when I need somebody lifting me up and, being there. So that's what I need. Like, I don't need anybody to validate where I'm already confident at. Like, just help me where I'm not.
Yes.
That's where I need you.
That part. He also says toxic maybe might be a little this, and y'all know I would tell there's still some toxicity in this body, okay? So, but y'all know how I say I was toxic on 2025. 2026. I was gonna try to give it up, but I still feel I am like the flu virus. No, the antidote. That's the virus. You know how when you go get the flu shot, the vaccine, that's when I like the vaccine. How in the vaccine there's a little bit of the virus. so that your body can learn how to be immune to. See, that's the type of toxic that we talking about over here. We're not full virus. We the antidote. Still shaking. Right. The Lily said, but then we petty. Listen, these are the things that happen. Moose says you got to do it. Do it for yourself from now on. Now hold up, Moose. Now hold.
But that's because y'all was like going at him hard, so he was like, "I'm done."
We was having conversation. We was just saying. Nobody said
going at it.
Right. We're just having bold conversations so that we can have better relationships. We're just trying to bring some enlightenment and understanding to a feeling. Now, Moose, you don't go too far.
Okay.
Too far.
Okay.
Dr. E says, I agree, Theo. Moose says, if you appreciate it, Theo, I got you. See, okay, now this is what we're doing. Now it's like, okay. Okay, I see how this is. See, again, being penalized for being confident. This ain't right. What type of tomfoolery is happening here? Carolyn says he will know that he is appreciated either way. He should. He should know. Yes. He should. I hope he does. Paris is in the building. Hey, sis. She says, good evening. All looking good, ladies. Isn't the panel beauty found on tonight? Yes, I love it. You're going to get this all month long, y'all, all month long. Lily says, I'm all that in a bag of chips. That's what my mama used to say. Girl, you think you all that and a bag of chips and it's okay. Be that and then some. And then some. Moose says there's a difference from confidence and condescension. True. Okay. Right, we have to pause. We do have to pause and make sure we don't cross over that fine line. Carolyn says that is so true and speaks to the healing that still needs to be done within themselves. That's true. Again, and we all have that space. Like you can never think that you still don't have that space, because something will come up that will show you how unhealed you are, or that there's still a crack in our framework. Moose says, not everyone knows the difference between. That's true. He says, if we rock in our nature, there's no envy or jealousy. Amen. He says, everything is about knowing self and balance. I agree. You do. Carolyn says, you can be in the same field as many others, but who God called you to is not who God called them to, which is parallel to what Teletosh was saying and what Demetri was saying, as well. Is not who God called them to. So it's no competition, right? You cannot compete where you don't compare. And that is not a negative, right. It is not cocky, it is not arrogant. It's just a truth. The apple and the orange can't have a race. They're two different things, it's different. They're both fruit, you know what I'm saying? But be what you are and celebrate that. She says, instead, find ways to separate and celebrate one another. Exactly. Moose says, nothing to do with confidence. It's about being in my arms. Sir, okay now. These arms ain't built to not be put to use. It's 8:30. It's close. It's getting close. Moose is talking. Said now it's time. When it's time for us to armor up together, then I'm with it. Okay, right. Interdependence and partnership. He said, nah, y'all don't want y'all car washed. Yes, we do.
I'm getting my car washed.
Right. You already know Theo has made it very clear.
There are a lot of car washes, Moose.
Yeah.
Okay. Put them arms to use. Lily says, gotta wait for you to get all the way to my side of the door when I could have been out the car. But I love when my man opened my car. I do too. I'm just saying, like, I love being a lady and all graceful things. But again, if I don't need you to open my door, it doesn't mean I don't need you. And then maybe I think the flip side to that is some of us have been so independent for so long, and I can attest to that it's hard to know how to receive a man treating you gently as the lady and the woman that you are, and I know I struggle. I do. I struggle. Alita said, my son opens my door for me now as well. I'm just a girl. Listen, my son, I just love him. He don't necessarily open the door, but he will carry. He knows he got to carry all the bags. I don't carry bags and I don't take out garbage. I'm like I don't.
Right.
I'm like just
I
certain
feel
things.
you on that one.
I didn't do it. I don't do it. So he know he carries a bag, or if I have to carry a bag, I will carry the lightest bag that there is. Sometimes I'll just tell him like, "Could you carry my laptop too? Can you take my?" And I know it pisses him off. I know he be mad like, "Mommy, for real? Like you
Oh,
is that?" I'm like Jalen. I'm just saying he's 6'1" and like 310. He looks like a big teddy bear. He's like the Michelin man, you know. So I'm just like you. Listen, I pushed you out. I carried you forever. You can carry this little bag. Cut it out. You know, Moose says, y'all ain't seen Crooklyn. He says, you supposed to unlock the door for me. Now, I will reach over and unlock the door. I even try to push the door open for you. I will. But I'm just saying. Lily says, yeah, I don't take out trash. No, I don't do that. Right. I'll carry the bread. See, I'm with you. See, and because I've done it for so long. I do what about the times when those who are single and single mothers, even when we've had to carry all the stuff, ourselves. I don't want to no more. I don't want to. And I'm not saying that that's all a man is good for, but there has to be balance. There has to be, like the interdependence. Paris says, can he shovel too, please? Or let's move out of New York to a warmer climate. Girl.
that's what I was about to say. Let's get that snow shoveled, okay?
I was going to
I'll
say,
definitely take a man's strength for that any day.
You car because we can't even see the car. Okay, I promise you. All right, now you talking about my hood moves. He said Bronx Tail. My bad. That's right. Come on, the BX is in the building. All right, so we got through all these comments, and as I wanted to make sure everybody's voice is heard. So now I want to. We never know how conversations are going on Thursday nights. It just goes where it goes. We start out one way.
Denitra, where you get that T-shirt from?
Yours over here. Yours truly. Her hubby made them. Antoine. He made this shirt for me. It says "Courageous Vulnerability." This is Justin's book on the shirt, and then it has our names on the bottom. I don't know how many people got one, but I know me and another person got one. So I don't know who else.
Well,
got
limited edition merch.
I have to get mine because I need one with my name.
I need my book cup now.
Speaking of Coach Courageous Vulnerability, he is in the building. He has been patiently waiting in the lounge. He's got his gear on, and I even saw his glasses because they are necessary. It ain't a conversation till Justin brings out his glasses on. I don't. He don't have them on
the whole clip any.
It's usually something that I say that causes him to go get the glasses. So we don't know what's gonna happen. I'm sure but
he probably already.
He's been in the back and he's been listening in, and so I want to bring him up so that he can share from the male side what he has leaned in, listened to, and help us understand how the confidence of a woman appeals to a man, affects a man, appears to. Does it encourage you? Does it intimidating? And we know that this is not a generalization, but it's good to hear a man's opinion for balance. So y'all know how we do. Welcome in, courageous Mr. Coach. I got like 9,000 names for Justin. I'm just gonna call him Coach Courageous from now on. That's just what's good. How are you?
All right, how are y'all?
We good. You've been leaning in and listening tonight. Let us have it. I'm just gonna let you go at it.
I don't even know why I'm up here. Y'all don't need me.
We would like the mail.
That's correct.
It's 8:30. Y'all let me in. Listen, I was waiting at 8, but it's 8:30 now, so I'm coming with that 8:30 energy.
You see how it's set up?
Everything that I've heard has been really good. I think that we definitely need to define independence from interdependence, and I think that we gotta have like real confidence and not insecure confidence, a confidence that is only fed by putting somebody else down, because there's that at times. Um, but I don't have I don't have an issue with a woman who is confident. I think it's important for the ladies to understand that if you do actually have a man that takes it personal when you don't let him open the door, you don't let him do the traditional things, the little things. Um, it for guys like me, it ain't just opening the door. So you might be cutting off a lot more than just his opportunity to open the door for you. It's development. And so again, what you do is what you do, because strong, beautiful, independent women, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I think you should consider. Do you see juggling, cut a camera off? I think you should consider let the gentleman rock out. It's probably a lot more to it than just opening the door, because that may be a starting space, but it says a lot. It sometimes says a lot more than what you're saying when you're not allowed when you're not allowing the gentleman to be a gentleman. So that's what I would say about that. But no, everything I've heard so far, to see women in a room lifting each other up, that's a beautiful thing in my humble opinion. I wouldn't have any issues with it. And then, I'll acknowledge that there are definitely guys out there who need you to be weak and wounded and all of that kind of stuff. And if you notice, I call them guys, not men.
Mm,
I think sometimes those guys get to wear our uniforms and our badges. Um, but yeah, the a man ain't gonna be needing you to. A man don't really need you to do. He don't want you to do too much. He needs you to be rested and taken care of and all of that kind of stuff. And so, not doing that sometimes can be problematic. Um, and so you and I have not found it helpful at all to actually say you don't need somebody. Whether you don't or not, actually telling somebody you don't need them, I don't think that's healthy. Um um somebody's if a man is trying to do something for you, I think it would be to your benefit, even if you can open your own door. Wait the extra 2 seconds to let him open your door. There's a benefit to that. Stop being so afraid of getting that type of treatment and it going away, because what you water grows. So if you allow that part of him to grow, and you build and develop on it, it grows into other things. And I think that sometimes not allowing that, you may be hindering a lot of other stuff. Um, y'all, I think all of you will agree that us men can be kind of weird sometimes, but it is those little things. That's the only thing this dreadhead them responded to.
Listen, I
Um,
don't be quiet and let you talk. I respected you. Let me not in peace.
so, but again, just like men can be weird, at least one of the women on this panel can be weird. So, again, that's my thoughts. I may not be speaking for all men. I'm pretty sure I'm not speaking for all men, but sometimes I think it would be a benefit to just let things develop. Don't try to control everything and run everything. Just let certain things develop, and you'll get what you're looking for from that man, because I don't know. For me, I can't think of a way to say to a woman nicely, I don't need you. Um, I don't. To me, I know what it does to me, so I don't want to say. I wouldn't say that to somebody that I'm actually committing time, effort, and attention to. Because as a man, I don't need you to take the trash out, but I wouldn't tell you that. I'll just make sure I take the trash out so you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But again, we, uh, contrary to popular belief, men are not 100% strong in every avenue. There are parts of us that are fragile, and you may be cracking that fragile space um by just, I don't need you to open my door. Okay, then I tell you what, that's what we're gonna do then. You know what I'm saying? Please just let the man open your door. It will be to your benefit to let that man open your door. So that's what I would say
They could
about the
open my
conversation so
door.
far.
They could wash my car. They could take my
That's
garbage out. They could
See,
cook my
yeah.
food. They could do my laundry. They could do all of that.
And
The
listen,
word
I'm
is
gonna tell you,
difficult, by the way.
and
You
I'm gonna
meant
tell you something.
difficult, not weird.
I will do all of that, but I am traumatized about folding clothes. I'm not folding a woman's clothes
Listen,
because
I'll
if
fold the
you
clothes.
don't fold it just right, you just
Just
about get a
toss it in the
whooping. I
drawers.
ain't doing
Just
that.
toss it in there.
I ain't saying doing that. I'm saying though, if every woman has a fingerprint style way of folding,
Nope.
and I ain't
I really
arguing with
don't.
them about it.
Listen, I don't
Every
Just
care.
woman
just
I know.
You can
just
fold
put
it
them
any way you
away.
want.
I just don't need to see them. Just put
At
them
this
away.
point, I don't be care too
You
much.
can fold
Like the
them
only
however
thing
you
I'm
want.
meticulous about is towels. Like you gotta fold the towels.
You can fold it
But
any
that's
way
Roll
you
just
them
want.
and
because
put them
I
where
work
they
at
need
a
to
spa.
be.
But the
Just put
kids,
them.
like, I just want them washed. They can get thrown right back in the drawer as long as they clean. Like, I don't
Yes.
care about that. Like, But
Sound
washing,
good to me. That's
same
beautiful.
thing. Just throw it in the, just get it clean. Ain't nobody got no designer stuff. We ain't got no dry cleaning stuff. It just need to get washed. I don't care if it's separated, light, dark, all of it. Go and get in the washer and get clean.
Nah,
Like
you lost me at
that
not
would help.
separated,
I'll
sis.
fold it.
Mm-mm.
See,
Mm-mm.
see,
It just needs to get
No,
done.
that's
yo,
correction. You
It
have to
just needs to
separate
get
dark and
done at
color.
this point. Like
God
you don't
damn it.
know if you do have to do seven, and if you've ever lived in an apartment complex with kids, and you
I
got to
have.
do 7 loads of laundry a week,
I'm doing
like
25.
Oh my
Separate my
goodness.
clothes.
I'm good.
yeah, that
Throw it
that's
in
a
the
lot.
bag.
Listen,
Wrap it
That's a
up. Let's
lot.
go. Let's go.
But that's not a deal
we,
breaker. That's
we receive
preferences, Justin.
Right. So everybody's different, Like I, yeah. It's certain things. And women are meticulous about certain things. So you got to find that sweet spot. There's some women that like to, cut the grass and mow the lawn. And like for me, I like to put stuff together in the house because I want to make sure it gets done a certain way. And I know that that's not my partner's strong point is reading
I'ma do
directions
it.
and putting things. I'll do it. Let me
Yep.
do it. Um, but you could, do something else. But you
Yep.
just got to find a good balance because I might like to shovel the snow every once in a while. That might be my grounder. That
You
might be
can't
the
do
escape that
that.
I
You
need.
can't cut the lawn either. You
Yes,
I
I
don't want to.
can. I can cut
no.
it. Yes, because
I
I'm
don't
the
do
landscaper. Because I don't need you to do nothing but pick up the grass and clean up the trimmings and do all that. Let me
nope,
do this
Oh,
part. Let me
Justice
do
said
what
no.
I'm good
You
nope.
at.
can't do it, girl.
Let me do
I
what
ain't
I'm
mad
good
at
at.
you,
Okay.
Demetria,
Lawnmower is
but I'm
my
gonna tell
husband in this house.
you that. Listen,
Let me tell
I'm
you
not
something.
mad at that. I will tell y'all with all this snow that we have had, my son went downstairs twice before I even asked him. He went the night before because he already knew it never even came out my mouth. And the one day he didn't, that it snowed that I didn't know, and I had to go, and I went thinking I'm just gonna leave for work, and there was snow on my car. The fit that I had within myself, like I was ready to call him from the parking lot and tell him, wake him up, tell him I got snow on my car.
You know,
Like,
you know what? This car.
I
No,
didn't
but
know. I didn't. I'm just saying. I don't want to do it no more. I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I want to be the
no.
queen, princess. I want all that. I had an attitude brushing the snow off my own car, but I did it. It's not like I never did it. I did it for years.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I know how to change oil. I was changing
They
spark
have
plugs,
all of that.
my tire.
See,
See,
look,
I was all
Lady
those
Dawn,
spark
things.
plugs, but I can't mow the
Old
lawn.
stuff. Yeah,
But you can change a
Lady
spark
Dawn, see
plug.
that's
that
just
that's where I think that's where the issue comes in at, right? Like sometimes when you feel like it, you can do everything. And then
no. I
it be
didn't
that
feel like
one time, huh?
that. I didn't feel like it.
That's what I'm saying. It could be that one time you don't feel like it, and now I'm getting mashed up because I don't know this time you don't feel like it. Or you might decide not to feel like it at the same time. I don't feel like it. Now we got an issue. So if we stay consistent, go sit down and just say what you need. That way I know what okay, I know I gotta go clean the car off. You know what I'm saying? It's not the fact that you can do it, it's the up and down. Denitra, go sit down.
Hey, but I
Sit
ain't sitting
down.
down with that.
No,
I'm always
no, no. You do not get this. See, listen. Y'all heard what Denitra said. It's 8:30, so
but
I'm gonna
I
be
trained
toxic now.
I trained
Denitra
them not to
said,
do it.
Denitra said, I'm gonna cut the grass and you can rake it and do. No, you cut the grass, you made the mess, you clean it up.
No, we supposed to be doing it
No,
together.
That's
no,
not
no.
that's
Like I
not
don't want to do
partnership.
heavy lifting, but I
Petty.
want the grass cut a certain kind of way because maybe that person they go over
See what I'm
they
saying?
don't know the
See what I'm
difference
saying?
between grass and
So
flowers, and
See what
so
I'm
they
saying?
might cut the lawn with no.
no, but that's a serious thing. Like she said, it's like you said, you don't want to mess with clothes because women have a certain way of doing it, and that scarred you.
Yeah, I don't
Now,
want
if
my
it is that we
landscaping
know
messed
that
up.
we want things done a certain way, and we're like we're gonna do it, why does it stop at grass? Because you feel like that's a man's territory. If
Yep,
she
it
thinks like,
is.
oh, I cut it
Cause
better
it
and I
is.
have my certain way, then why can't she
Grass,
cut it?
trash, all that.
Cause it is.
Listen, there's a lot of things I know that I can do, but it doesn't mean that I want to do them. And by all means, please understand, neither one of us realized that it snowed again because I promise you, he may not have wanted to go downstairs and wash and shovel and like, but he would have with all the attitude and came right back up, Mama, you good. I didn't know. I didn't want to do it. It's not that I couldn't do it. I didn't want to. I don't want. I didn't. It didn't make me feel feminine. It did not make me feel safe. I felt very unsafe and triggered. It was disturbing every level of my femininity, and I felt like I was being forced to do hard labor just to brush the snow off my car.
Mm.
But I have dug my car out from ice and all type of stuff in the streets of the Bronx. Now you know how when the snow plows come in, they bury you back in, and I've done that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I didn't want to. I it wasn't his fault, but I do understand what you're saying. That stick to what you agreed to. Like if you're not gonna do this, like I said, I it's not that I can't take out the garbage. I don't want to. When I was growing up, my father did not let us as the girls take out the garbage. He was
I
like, that's
agree.
what boys do. You know,
Absolutely.
and it's like, but that does not mean that you should not learn how to do it because a man is not always going to be around. You
All right,
know, so
Denitra know how to cut the grass. Go sit down
But
somewhere.
I think also when you have been doing it for so long, right? Sometimes when you get back in a relationship, you kind of gotta wean yourself and get used to, right? Not
It's not even in
doing
the relationship. Like that's just period. Like you
it
know,
just takes time. Like, cause like don't like honestly, one of my friends feels like I should know how to change a tire. I'm like, no, I should not know how to change a tire because
never
you
gonna
should.
learn.
I got triple A.
You
And if
should
I don't
not.
have triple
Now,
A, I'm
now I'm
calling
not
my
saying you have to do it, but you should know.
I'm not
I have everything in my car that I
No,
need. When
you
when
there's
I tell
AAA
you,
I'm not
stand
gonna
I
do
mean,
it
underneath.
if
You
it's in the
I
try.
have
emergency.
everything in my car for somebody else to do it.
but what if you strangers now? I live in the mountains. If I'm in a bad spot, I don't have no reception. I cannot call AAA. I mean, thank God, the service trucks are always up and down, so that's a good thing because they already know. But as like my father was very adamant about that. He's like, you gotta know how to change a tire, you gotta know how to change spark plugs, you gotta know how to change your oil, you gotta know, you gotta. He taught me all those things that sometimes men think that that's meant. So men, that's what men should know. And because I know them, sometimes men will get offended, feeling like, well, again, now you being masculine. No, I'm being educated because you wasn't always here. And you may not always
And
be
how
here.
many people know how
I
to
mean,
even
you know
change a
how to
tire
do it,
now?
but that doesn't
Like how
mean
many
that
men knew how to
Some
change
men
a
don't
tire?
know.
Well, they don't even know.
What say you, Justin? What say you?
They talking about you.
He
So
has his
so
share.
when you are by yourself, live like you by yourself. When you with somebody that knows, since we want to qualify and all of that, then let that. I'm trying to tell you how to keep some peace in the house. Let the man do what the man do.
Yeah, and
You
that and
Well,
listen.
listen,
we
You may
listen.
have to go back. You may
The
have to go
man
back to
wants
doing it
to
on your
pay
own.
bills, but if that's all they want to do, and
Jesus
they want
Christ.
to, keep you
Those guys, we working on those guys. You know what? Watch this. This is how males hold each other. We're working on those guys that think all you got to do is pay the bills and then sit in the house and watch TV. It don't work like that. Moose is on every live with his kids, running around his head and still doing his job as a man after a long day of work. Living
that's true.
example of what happens.
Mhm.
I just got on here tonight because I was dealing with my kids. Lady Dawn knows that. So yeah, we working on that, but you gonna leave the grass alone and learn to like it the way I cut it.
No, she wants to
Nope.
cut a certain way.
Well, then cut it your doggone self.
She
I
said
think
she
it's a
wants
matter
I
of
don't have a
compromise.
problem with
This
that.
is where,
And
wait.
deal with my attitude.
Yep.
But this is where that interdependence and partnership that we're talking about has to come into play. And this also kind of leads into our next talk, also, because we're talking about women being confident, being independent, who we are. Is it intimidating? We have to be supportive to each other, how we show up in men's spaces, men's perception of us. But sometimes our confidence can come off as strong and lead us to a place of understanding that we've kind of lost the softness of being a woman or being ladies. Sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but there are spaces, and when we are, and this is not everyone, but when we are hardwired that way at a certain point, and I mean, I can speak from my experience. I know my challenge in relationship right now is reverting back to being the lady at all times,
Mm.
because I have been doing this for so long, taking care of me. Even when I was married, I was still holding me down
Mm.
along with the household. So for me, and I'm being transparent, I'm being honest. Y'all know how we do. My trust in how are you? If you're not going to be able to handle me the way I handle me, then I can't release me to you. Because then I have to put the pieces back together that have been broken or disappointed because I trusted you to be or to do. And I'm not saying a person has to be perfect. We all know we have to leave room for grace and for disappointment. But to be honest, that's a real space of grace. I think that men also need to keep in mind when dealing with a woman who's used to doing everything by herself and on her own. And she has a way of doing things by herself and on her own because she's never encountered a man that she could trust to do it, and maybe not do it her way, but maybe even do it better. So it's a process. It's and that's real. Like, it's a real process of gaining trust with this person. And sometimes it's not even that we don't want to trust them. Sometimes it's we don't know how to. It's like I don't know how to open up that part of me to you again, and it's not your fault. But this is where I think communication, honest communication comes in, that we have to be really willing to have those hard conversations. Like, babe, I need you to help me with this. I don't know how to tell you to help me with it, but can we walk this out together? Like, you're going to get frustrated with me every time you try to open my door, and I'm like, I don't need you to open the door. It's not that I don't want to be treated that way. And I think, okay, one of the things is when a man starts doing something, like, don't start doing something in the beginning that you cannot carry through all the way. Because the day when I let you start opening my door and I rest into my feminine space and I am in my soft era and you are leading and I am following, and the day comes that you've conditioned me now to let you open my door, and then the day comes that you don't. If we're honest as women, that has an effect on us.
Yep.
And it's not intentional. Just hear, just hear me. It's not intentional, but emotionally it's what happens. So sometimes we have to we got to talk ourselves back out of that space. You may not have meant to do it, but it's like you were treating me like a lady before and now you're not treating me like that lady anymore. It's that what happened. And then we go back into our shell, right? Then we become defensive again, right? And then we become back to being that independent, confident woman that we, now I'm no longer feeling safe because now I don't feel like the lady that I am is being protected.
Are we going back to that after he doesn't open the door one time?
Sometimes.
No, we gotta ask him that. If we don't allow him to open the door one time, he just never gonna do it again.
No, but I'm saying like at what point are we saying, oh, now I'm going back, reverting back because you didn't do, like, what's the level that it
takes some time?
I don't think it's
multiple disappointments.
I don't think, in a sense, I don't think it's measurable because everyone's capacity is different. It may not bother a woman if it's one time. It may not, he could do it because y'all had an argument and now you're angry and now I don't feel like opening the door for you now because I'm mad at you. So because you're mad at me, that means you stop treating me the way that we like. When did we stop? When did we lose that? Because you still, because I'm being honest. Like we talk about the stuff nobody want to talk about. We keep it real and raw here, because it happens. And for some women, because maybe we're not healed in that space, or maybe it's a sensitive area, it may only take that one time. Because now it's how many times do I give you to let you disappoint me like everybody else? So there's a lot of work, that we all have to do on both sides. I'm just saying this is how some women start to think. Other women may be like, I've been through this 20 times, so that one time, I'm sorry, sir, that you don't get 45 chances to get it right like the last 3 people I dated. Like I don't feel like being the test dummy, So it speaks to history, but again, I think that we just have to have these conversations in those moments and not be so triggered by so many things, because it's going to happen, And again, it's not every woman, but there are some women that is at this point in life, it's that one time. It's that one time, because I'm never gonna forget who you are. I'm always you're always gonna be my husband or my man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always, even if I'm mad at you, I'm still gonna treat you the same way. And it's not a male bashing thing. It's not throwing men under the bus. I'm talking about the reality of how some women think, how some women feel, and what we really go through, what some of us really go through by the simplest things that a man may not even intentionally do, but it happens. So it's for both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, want to.
But I think that's where the communication comes in, right? That's where you deal with it at the moment and not store it up and wait a week later to say, remember on November 21st, 1996, when you didn't open my car's door
at 6:49.
Yeah, exactly. So
but do we do that though? Ain't no woman's memory is better than a woman who's mad. You will remember this.
Both men and women do that, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna say both do it, and that's why it's important to address it in the moment and not let it fester.
And
and that's true. That's true.
It kind of sparked something in my mind about a conversation that I had with my situation. I was thinking like, okay, we train people how to on the level of chivalry that we are accustomed to. So they start out by, making sure you on the side of the street, all these normal things, opening the car door. And like, I was good with that. Like I allowed a man to do those things. But it's like, if it don't make sense, like I mean, if it's raining, like we need to go in, like I don't expect you to open up the car door. Let's get in where we need to get in. But like in a normal setting, like it's just naturally going to happen where those things happen. You open up the
Yeah.
door for me, But I was just thinking about something. As my ex-husband is trying to actively date now, he has shared with me a story about a woman that required for him to open up the door. She expected that was a requirement for her. And she's probably older, probably in her 40s. But as she's like trying to date or go out on dates, I guess, he was saying that it was weird for him to do that. He's like, I don't even do this for my wife. And I'm just thinking, like, you have though, like, and it was natural for you to do those things. But when it comes to like doing it for another woman and in a dating, aspect, but she's actually requiring you to do these things. This is what she expects a man that is courting her or dating her, trying to pursue her. This is a requirement for that woman. And I told him, like, you can't be mad at the woman. And this is weird that I'm giving my ex-husband dating advice.
I was gonna say.
We're not even. Hey, this is an open space, right? Well, I'm just telling you the real in the actual conversation that I had, and it wasn't that long ago. This is the actual conversations and things that I'm dealing with right now. I'm just thinking, like, that is
to open the door for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he still will, like, even, now, like, just as a woman, I mean, he would do that for anybody. It's just in his nature, but it was never like a requirement because it just happened naturally. Yeah. But I never required that from anybody. It just, I don't know. I think it just shows their character if they didn't do it in that situation. And then it kind of makes more of I could make a determination about like what kind of man that they were. But like I said, I've only been like in like long term and committed relationships. So it was kind of like more casual when it comes to like the courting and the pursuing and all that stuff. Because that's just.
How did he feel about the requirement though? Did they go on another date?
He's like, I'm not doing that. He didn't want to pursue it after that because he did not feel, and I think it's partly because
it wasn't.
I don't think he's like trying to seriously pursue. He's just like casually trying to date someone. So that requirement is not like in his mind because he's not. I don't know. I mean, this is the mind of a man. I don't know why he's just like, I ain't doing that. Like, I ain't even doing this for, my wife. That's what I got from it. I mean, he told me why he wasn't.
Yeah.
He's not.
I wouldn't date that woman.
Like, he doesn't care.
I wouldn't have dated that woman either. Even if I was looking for something, I wouldn't have dated her.
Why though?
Because you're not gonna require that.
Weird, ain't it? It needs to be.
You just said that you open the door if you open the door.
Wait.
That's
you're not. Let me say. Can I say what I'm saying?
You sure can.
You're not going to require that of me. I require that of myself. You're not going to require that of me.
No, she required it.
Again, and she would have went with somebody else that was gonna do it. You gonna tell me I gotta open your door? Get out of here. Go.
That's true. That's a good point because
that's why I was asking him why your husband felt.
I don't have a problem with opening the door, but for somebody to require something like that, that's an argument waiting to happen.
Yeah.
She's like,
that's a whole problem. No, I'm not. No.
She didn't even get out of the car. She's like, I'm not getting out until you open up the door.
She would have kept her ass in that car I'm sorry. She would have stayed in that car that whole night. So you gonna require that?
Okay, and then he opened it. It was
I'm gonna tell you what that is.
I got questions.
Wait. Now, because here's the thing. If you gonna require that, what I require is when you get that tap on your hip in the middle of the night, I want that same requirement energy.
Okay.
Since we gonna require things.
Okay.
But that's why I asked the question.
To pursue a relationship, like you can't be like, well, I want to tap you on your hip, and that's what it needs to be because
you open.
Then you earn it. Listen, I believe as a man, I should come into a situation and earn the confidence of that woman, earn the trust of that woman, earn the right to be able to have her soften herself enough for me to open the door and do all of those things that fall under the guise of traditional masculinity. I also believe that I should reap the benefits of doing that. You not gonna mandate that because I might not like you enough to open your door. I might just not want to even go out with you anymore. And you gonna require
Why
it?
not?
So
No,
again,
I'm
I
listen.
believe
It's
I'm
He
gonna
only
open my
said
it's
that
men
because
out
he
there.
didn't do it. He only
It's
scratch
said
your
men
back.
that
out there.
because he didn't do it, and he's like, "Why aren't you getting out?" Like, well, I usually, require for my man to open up the door. He's like, every door, and she's like, yes,
I would. I'm
and
gonna tell
that's
you
her
what. I would have
position.
opened her door. I would
And
have
that's her
drove her back
position.
to her house and opened her door.
But
But
that's
that's
why I
what
asked the
if she's
question.
requiring
I
that from a
say,
first
She would
date,
be
okay,
like
dodging
that's
a
her
bullet.
standard. That's her
Yeah,
standard.
that's an argument waiting that because that's somebody that if you require something like that, you're not gonna see. I'm gonna tell you a secret,
So
and I'm sure
stupid.
y'all know this to be true. Um, you get a lot further with appreciating a man for the things they do, even the small things. You get a lot. You get really far showing appreciation, and if that's a requirement, and he's not doing it out of a duty, a sense of duty for self, like this is what I do as a man. You just require me to do it, no matter what you do. That requirement mean no matter what she do, he's required to open the door. Listen, ma'am, we're gonna go back to your house. I'm gonna open the door, and you have a beautiful life.
Okay, let's do another scenario though. Like, say y'all eating dinner, and like clearly, like I expect, like if I'm on a date, like if the man invites me out, that he pays the bill. Okay, and most women, okay, let's just say that that's what we're expecting. Okay, not every woman, obviously, but say that's the expectation on that date is for the man to pay for the meal. And then um, I just lost my train of thought, y'all. Sorry, I had a good
I'm gonna
train
pay
of
the
thought.
bill. I'll say I'm gonna pay the bill. It is a requirement that I pay the bill for me. You ain't gonna put it on me, but I'll do it.
Right, but if you're sitting there and you're not paying the bill, and the bill's sitting there, and you're like, well, what's wrong? Like, I'm expecting you to pay the bill.
I don't know
Well,
about
I
them
was
kind of
gonna pay it
dudes.
anyway. I'm not gonna do it because you just expected me, like you just required me to
I'm not.
pay the
I'm not.
bill,
I'm not. I don't
and
know
you
about them
said
kind of
so.
dudes.
I'm just saying,
If
if
we
it
got
gets
on a
brought up in
date,
a conversation, like how would you handle it in that situation? Because that was an actual conversation that they had in that moment. But it's like sometimes it's like these unsaid expectations that we, require, and then we looking at each other crazy because you expect this and the other
wait,
person
TV
expects
top.
this.
So wait, he took her on a date and he expected her to pay the bill.
No, I'm just saying I'm flipping the scenario as
just
far as
saying,
like the things men do that their expectation, and then women their expectations. So you were saying like, oh, if you're not going to open up the car door if you don't feel that woman or you don't have a good connection with her, you feel like
No,
you
no, no,
don't want
no.
to. Even
You
though you
missing what I'm saying.
naturally do that, you said you naturally do that, but if somebody says they require it, then you're not going to, do that.
That's a
You're
red
not going to
flag
do
for me. I said that's a red flag for
It don't
me.
make sense, Denitra, right? Yep.
It yeah. It don't
Because
make
you should just not care
it
because you just gonna do it anyway. So why would you be mad that she's
right.
requiring that even though you was
You.
gonna do that anyways?
Yeah. No, I'm
because she
not.
said something because
All
she
right, so
said
hold
it.
on, hold on,
You
y'all.
don't
Let me
tell a
let
man
me
what to
let
do.
me
That's all
let
it
me
is.
see if I can help it make sense. I think the issue comes in when it's a point of a requirement. The difference was a requirement and expectations and demands are different.
Demands.
And when
That's a
you
good
are
one.
requiring someone to do something, it's basically you are demanding them to do this. No one wants to feel like someone is demanding that they do anything. So you can expect for me to do it, but you cannot, it's not okay for you to demand that I do this because now you're telling me what to do instead of allowing me
Yeah.
to operate in my natural flow and do what it is. Let me have the opportunity to express to you how I feel, how I want to treat you through my actions. Now, that's not a requirement. That's different from you saying, open my door versus, babe, I'm going to go open your door. when you're telling them and straight, and because yeah, men do have requirements too, and then we don't have to like their requirements. You know, like Justin said, if I tap you on your hip, listen, you chose your requirement for me to open the door. I choose my requirement is for you to roll over when I tap you. Don't act like you don't know what this tap is. It ain't my fault if you chose little totem pole requirements. Because I
That's
was
your headache, not
But
mine.
Moose said it well. Like, look at Moose comment. Like, that's it.
all right, hold up. Wait, let me pull it up. And then we are over time tonight for real. I'm loving it. I don't know where the time went. This is good. This whole month is gonna be like this. But I'm gonna pull Moose's comment, and then I want us to think of your final comments and thoughts to add to this conversation. This has been dynamic. It's great. I would keep y'all here all night if I could, but we I don't know about y'all, but I still gotta get up in the morning and make my commute down my hallway because tomorrow I work from home. But Moose says expectation versus demand, and the expectation should be silent in the courting phase so you can rule out candidates. I agree with that. I can understand where he's coming from. Some expectations should be silent. I think conversations should also be had. But for me, it's expectations come after I've gotten to know you for a little bit. I don't expect anything from you in the beginning because then I'm measuring you unfairly. Let me see who you are first. And then I can create an expectation based on how I've seen you operate and move in my presence and how we are with expectations. Do we all have expectations generally on how we want to be treated, need to be treated, and deserve to be treated? Absolutely. I'm not saying don't take down on those. But I'm talking about what I expect from you when you are dealing with me at a different level. You know what I'm saying? That the expectation is different. Initially, yeah, I expect you to be nice. I expect you to be kind. I expect you to be a gentleman. I expect you to act respectfully. All of those things, vice versa. Those are common expectations that you have when you go out on a date with someone. But for me to have the expectation that you should buy me this, take me here, do these things, drive me around, whatever those are, is not fair on either side, male or female. For you to think that your expectation, because you paid for my dinner, that you should be able to tap me on my hip and get dessert for free, like, yeah, no, that's not happening. You haven't earned that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a fair, you can expect it. That's not my problem, though. I don't have to fulfill your expectations. So I just think we just have to be mindful and consider the verbiage that we're using when you're talking about a requirement, an expectation, and a demand, and also the different stages of relationships, because it depends on how we all get to know how much we've gotten to know each other and where we are in these stages of our relationships. So I don't want to end this conversation because I love it. This is, but, I've kept y'all, we are overtime. And I appreciate this. I'm so excited. Like, I don't even know what to do. I think I might have to go outside and just take a walk around the courtyard. Maybe have to go fight one of these deers that's outside running around right now. Rustle it up with the deer. But I hope that this Women's History Month, that we're starting off this conversation with the confidence of a woman, that we have helped to enlighten some thoughts in some people, that we have helped to stir up some ideas of how we need to handle each other and really what confidence is about in a woman, so that men and women can have a better understanding. And here we go, we're buffering, or it's just me. What confidence is, how it should be expressed, and that we really don't have to feel threatened by anyone else's confidence. As women, we are not here to be in competition with each other. We are better together. So let's build each other up. And again, to our men, while we are confident and independent, I love how Denitra put it. Our goal, most of us, I would say, I'm going to stretch out on a limb. Most of us want to be interdependent with you. We don't want our confidence or the way we portray it to be an offense or an intimidation to you. We're asking you to embrace it and help support us in who we have worked so hard to become. I'm bringing you my better self. You are getting the better part of me. And I want to add that to your life so that we have a strong partnership. So as we wrap it up, I want everybody to take their turn in saying and sharing who you are, where they can find you, give them your final thoughts and comments. And don't worry, y'all, it's not over yet, because next Thursday we will be back. If you enjoyed tonight, this is just the kickoff. Next Thursday we'll be back, and our topic is the fragrance of a woman. While we are talking about women being confident, as we said earlier, is our confidence and our independence so strong that we are giving off the fragrance that we have lost the softness of being the ladies that we were made to be? So we're going to talk about it. And I'm really looking forward to Denitra leaning in, because she is queen of the soft life. So she's going to help us bring some clarity and some definition up in here. So let's go in this. Listen, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm getting ready to get my notebook and my pen and just let you have at it as we talk and share and glean. So we're going to go Juggling Mommy, Coach Theo, Lady Denisha, and then Justin, Coach Vulnerability. We're going to let you, from the men's perspective, bring it home. Come on, Juggling.
I'm trying so hard to gather my thoughts. Like the end just took me.
You want me to come back? You want me to come back?
Yes. Let me just
Okay, come on, Theo.
What are we doing? What are we supposed to be doing? What are we doing?
Just give everybody's messed up now. Just give our final thoughts and comments. What's the one gem? Okay, what is the one gem that you want to leave with the ladies and the men on tonight about being the confidence of a woman?
I think for me, it's when you really get solid on your identity and who you are. It influences your confidence. So
I love that. All right, Lady Denisha, the soft life queen, come on.
Right, there's a lot to digest tonight. There's a lot that I'll probably want to say even more to kind of dive into what we were talking about. But I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. It summed it up pretty good as far as like what I was said earlier, about interdependence and confidence levels, and how that affects both sides. But I'm just trying to strategize a soft life for myself, and that has its own meaning for a lot of different people. So I'm just trying to, define my own definition of what that means to me. So the confidence part, it has a lot to do with a lot of different elements we can touch on. But like I said, I think you summed it up pretty good in the points that I made. I think you kind of touched back on that, and that's kind of what I was going to leave with. So y'all follow me. I am on TikTok as well, and it's the same name on all platforms, anywhere that you have social media. If you're looking for me, and my name is the same, Denisha _ Soft Life Strategist. So I have a multitude of content that I do. We talk about the real life conversations and just goodness gracious, sorry, my baby's got my lip stuff. But yeah, just trying to strategize a soft life, y'all. That's about it. I don't have too much more to say, but I have so much to say at the same time.
That's all right. Listen, your spot is always secured for you. So listen, y'all, come back next Thursday so Denitra, you can hear what Denitra is gonna share. She's gonna drop her gems and share with us, along with everyone else, talking about this soft life. Let's not lose the fragrance of being the soft ladies, the soft side of us. Come on, Justin. What say you
about pheromones, and if you're talking about scent and like how your pheromones affect and your energy and all that stuff affects your scent naturally? So maybe I'll give y'all a little something on that.
Come on, bring it all. Listen, we here to learn. We leaning in and learning. Okay, so bring it all of that, and then so. Come on, Juggling.
My final thoughts is, for women, your confidence is not a threat. Don't care if it bothers anybody else. There are men out there that will love you for who you are, confidence included, and will actually protect and honor that. So don't think that you have to dim your light or your confidence to fit in or to please anybody. Just walk in your truth and your light and enjoy and embrace your confident self. Um, Apart from that, you can find me on TT under Neuro Originals. I do lives on Tuesdays about neurodivergent. That's new. And I'm excited about that. I also go on Thursdays for Truth Bomb Thursday. So this will be great continuation over there. I'm sure some of this will continue over there. And the not so calm version. So I'm actually scared. But all in all, this was a great conversation to start. Next week, don't bring men up. Let them sit in the comments. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's me, and that's all I'm gonna say for now.
I love it. I love my ladies. Listen, so for those who don't know, TT is TikTok. So y'all make sure y'all go over to TikTok and follow them. You know, YouTube is not as sensitive. You know, TikTok, I realized, is that cousin in the family who like is mad at the family because you didn't let them bring the potato salad to the last family reunion. You know, people, black folk don't play about their potato salad, you know, but they got sensitive. So now they don't want nobody to talk to them. So when we on TikTok, you can't say YouTube, you can't say Facebook,
Yeah.
you can't say Amazon. We got to have a whole other language. But over here on the YouTube, we can say it boldly. We ain't no problem with it. So y'all make sure you follow Juggling Mommy, follow Coach Theo, follow Denitra if you're not following already. And y'all already know, follow Coach Vulnerability himself. Come on, Justin. Give us your final thoughts and comments from the male perspective.
Let's just work together and put an end to this war. Whatever we got to do to work together, whatever conversation need to be had, whatever's gonna make the us work out, let's do that. I'm not saying dim your light. I don't think humbling yourself to a situation is equivalent to dimming your light, but you know, everybody has their interpretation to what things are. Um, but I think I would say we definitely should value self and us equally once self becomes us. And Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Epic, um Instagram, I'm on all of them. Coach, not Coach AJW, author Justin Wilson. Um, and yeah, holla at me. Holla at me. That's what I would say. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you, family, for being here tonight. Listen, y'all, make sure that you follow everybody. Tune in again. This is just the beginning of the month. There's nothing else that I could add on to this conversation to end it. Everyone has spoken my thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and I'm just excited as to what the rest of the month is going to bring. Between now, like I said, next week we talking about the fragrance of a woman. The following week we have our men's panel talking about when a man loves a woman. You always want to lean in when our men's panel comes because something happens when men speak. Okay, it is the men only. It's a time where, ladies, we get to be silent, sit back, listen, and learn. And then we are wrapping up the month with some girl talk. We having some real, raw, open, truthful ladies. Let's have at it. No holding back. Not that we do anyway. But we're going to have some real talk on the last Thursday of this month. Other than that, I just want to invite you guys to hop over across the street to the Sheila Ingram Ministries Network. Over there, you know, I switch hats tomorrow night. I will still be celebrating Women's History Month, but we're gonna do it over there on the spiritual side. At 7:30, we'll be having it's called Spirituality with Elder Dawn B, and it's usually about 30 minutes of encouragement through worship, through word, through song, and through prayer. But this month we're gonna be having a little bit of conversation, so I want to invite y'all to come over. Now that we done dealt with the natural, let's come on over and tap in and get yourself encouraged in spirit and in heart. So that's about it, guys. Thank you all for coming, for tuning in. Listen, if you did not hit that like button on the way in, please do on your way out. Thank you to everyone. Yeah, we're going to continue this conversation. If you want to hop on over to TikTok, make sure you are following Juggling Mommy because I'm sure it's going to be a dope conversation in a few short minutes. So, guys, thank you again for tuning in. It's always a pleasure being your Thursday night host, your favorite girl, Lady Dawn B. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.